USC and University of South Carolina women's basketball will go head-to-head on Saturday, November 15th at Crypto.com Arena to settle the debate and determine which one is the real SC. You don't want to miss this coast-to-coast clash of two premier women's college basketball teams. USC versus the University of South Carolina, November 15th at Crypto.com Arena. Tickets on sale at AXS.com. Again, that's AXS.com.
You think you know football? Then prove it in the Circa Million Pro Football Challenge, kicking off from the greatest sports destination in the world, Circa Las Vegas. A guaranteed $6 million is up for grabs with a cool mill going to the winner. Come in last and you got $100,000 coming your way. It's $1,000 per entry, max 5 entries per person. Don't forget about Circa Survivor also, with $15 million in guaranteed prizes. Enter Nevada, play from anywhere. Learn more at circasports.com.
Looking for paint that actually lasts? Vista Paint delivers expert quality, rich color, and pro-trusted durability, backed by over 60 years of experience. From your home to your next big project, we've got you covered. Vista Paint, since 1956.
Hot damn! Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. The hard iced tea taste you know and love, but with an 8% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and brings your daytime drinking to the next level. Just look for the bright yellow cans in the cooler and get ready to dial up the fun. Big flavor, extreme kick. Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
No, there's no doubt, Trudell. Mason is a backstabber. 12:18 on a live imaging Tuesday, presented by our friends at Providence. Thank you, Mike Trudell, for the early nudge, but you kind of half nudged me. Well, we didn't do a full nudge.
The thing was, we discussed this.
Explain the nudge to people who have no idea what you're talking about.
That's how bunnies kind of kiss.
Stephanie, my girlfriend, has a bunny who I have fallen for almost as much as I fell for 70. Otis the bunny. One day, Trudell goes, how do bunnies show affection? This was during Sedano and Cap, I think, or some show. And I said, well, they nudge. They show affection, very similar to dogs. And Trudell, again. Oh, no, I did it first.
No, you did it first.
I walked over and nudged him.
And I liked it.
And everyone was stunned. And then Trudell, which is so against what we used to think of Trudell 10 years ago, Trudell came over on the goodbye to say goodbye to us, and he nudged me.
There you go.
And now we just nudge each other.
Yeah, Chris has convinced himself that this is the nudge represents a different me.
Well, you know Trudell in 2016 when he would come in here with his headphones all tough.
Does he? I traveled with him, so I never saw that side of him.
I've always been the same.
He would come because we were doing the morning show, and he would come in for Thompson and Trudell with his AirPods in, listening double speed. And
somebody had to prep for that show.
I'm sports guy. I'm so serious.
So, somebody had to do the rundown.
Let's do it. The biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. Your Tuesday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Trudell's in for Mace. Laura's here. Brian's here. And Chris
Mace
is here for Lynn.
Shocking,
I know. All right, now the big announcement is at 5 o'clock today.
5 o'clock, Sedano, Cap, myself will be making the...
I have been told I cannot speak of it.
No speaking.
How about this?
Don't even try to wiggle your finger in it.
How about Trudell and I each ask you a yes or no question?
Let's do it.
As a tease, and you can elect not to answer. Okay. The announcement today at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
Is anybody who currently has a show here going away?
Define going away.
Is anyone getting fired?
Nobody's getting fired.
Okay. Mike? Any yes or no question?
But is Kaplan getting fired?
As much as I would love to, he's not technically getting fired.
He has convinced himself that he is.
Well, because he's saying he doesn't know what the news is, but Sedano does, and so that's
Sedano's the black hand.
That's made Kaplan
I feel like
a
a few
way.
people know. Ireland knows because he's Johnny I.
Mm-hmm.
Sedano's the black hand. He knows.
I know, but as you know,
Shut
Chris, I'm very nervous that I'm going to say something to let the cat out of the bag, so I'm trying to stay away from it.
You are a bit of a yenta.
Yes,
sometimes
very much
you talk a lot.
Very much so.
I can't say who, but some host
we have
may
found
have
out
told
that
me.
there's today. We have found out via Twitter. Big O tweeted this morning with the news and then deleted the tweet. So now we know there's a leak on the ship. Big O is somebody you called out a few weeks ago.
Well, I don't
remember what he
Oscar
said.
Robertson?
No.
Yeah, that's what I think of when you say
So we
Big
now
O.
know that
There's
is
only one Big O. Big
Oliver
O, you
Miller?
need a new nickname.
There's a leak on the ship, and here's what I would say: it's either Cappy or Beto is the leak on the ship.
Beto is kind of an information broker.
Beto's
like me.
I can say this.
Beto knows stuff.
I heard about this a little while ago. It was not from Beto or Cappy.
So who's the leak?
I can't say. I'm
you saying
a journalist.
Mason is the leak?
I'm not going to say who the leak is. I'm just going to say that
well,
I have
and
known
by the
this
way,
for
it
a
all
while.
ends today at 5.
There's no more leakage.
There can't. I mean, it's 12:22.
Exactly.
It's T-5 for the big announcement.
Yeah, I mean, some people are trying to connect this to a certain other figure, and maybe there was a show last night.
So speaking of which, Brian, let's play 0-1 on the cut sheet. Are you cool with this, John?
Yeah, absolutely.
The opening to SportsCenter last night.
Tonight on SportsCenter, the preseason Monday Nighters certainly did not disappoint in D.C., while an old D.C. star powered up the Phillies against the Mariners twice. In Pittsburgh, Paul Skeens actually got runs, 2 of them. Was it enough against Toronto? But really, sometimes you gotta keep it simple and direct.
Why didn't you go down?
I wanted to score.
This show is all about strolling down memory lane. No, not about having hair. It's about throwing a whole bunch at you while having an old school good time. So stay tuned and don't flip out. SportsCenter is next.
I mean, the music is so great. And
Did you guys watch that whole SportsCenter?
Watched most of it.
It was brilliant. I mean, Rich was perfect.
Welcome to SportsCenter.
So for the first time in 22 years last night, Rich Eisen hosted SportsCenter on ESPN. And congrats to Rich Eisen. He's joining ESPN Radio National and ESPN Plus and Disney Plus on Tuesday, September 2nd. And with that, at 5 o'clock this afternoon, we'll tell you the on-air football season weekday lineup here for the fall season at ESPN LA. But for my demographic, because I always felt like Dan and Keith, I knew Dan and Keith and I watched them, but I was a little bit younger. The Rich and Stuart Scott, and he did a great tribute to Stuart Scott at the end.
Sure did.
That it warned. I was eating dinner, so I didn't hear the sound. I was downstairs at Lazy Dog last night, but I could tell by the graphics package, and I said, "Oh my God, they're running the old SportsCenter graphics package," and I could hear that music in my head before I even got to come upstairs and watch it. It was so cool.
Yeah, and it was incredibly. It was a perfect blend of old and new.
Yeah, it really was.
And everybody he brought on kind of got it.
Yeah.
Aikman and Buck and Eisen brought back a flood of memories for anybody who grew up with those two at Fox and Rich at ESPN.
Yeah.
And then they were all on the same show, and it was almost like watching an all-star game.
Well,
it was really cool.
It's almost impossible for us to explain to the young kids in the back like what it was like in the 90s. It's how, for sports fans like us, how starved we were of having access to sports that much. And so that was what really hooked me on top of kind of NBA and NBC with, in the games. But this was the first, they were talking about sports all the time. We didn't know the scores often until SportsCenter came on. So that it made it that much better because there wasn't a ticker necessarily.
No.
There was no cell phone. There was no app. The internet was just starting to work.
Barely,
and you couldn't log
barely.
in. You had to wait for 15 minutes.
So
for
those
it to
guys
load.
were all cult
Yeah,
figures.
they were. So we were just. I was just waiting for that to start. I was just sitting by the TV waiting for SportsCenter to come on.
I think too that for my money, and I was a TV sportscaster for 30 years. For my money, Keith Olbermann and Dan Patrick are the two best to ever do it. But to your point, Chris, Rich and Stu are right there.
Yeah,
right there. And Rich is just really, really good at that. At that particular job. I don't know how much SportsCenter he's going to do. I think he's primarily coming over here to do his show on radio and TV. But I hope if I was ESPN, I would ask for Rich to do that once a week during the football season. I don't know if they will.
There's no doubt.
I don't know if Rich has time to do it.
That's true.
But if he does, it would be really fun to watch.
There's no doubt last night was the most I've heard people talk about SportsCenter in a while, that it was must watch, including on social media and the clips that came out afterwards.
Well, here's what's interesting about that. So ESPN's philosophy has always been no one is bigger than SportsCenter. It's why they let Dan go. They let Keith go. They let Rich go. Stu tragically passed away. But when somebody got really big, they let Colin go. You know, when somebody got really big and they commanded a ton of money, ESPN would say, well, if you want to go off on your own, go ahead and go. And they replaced them with more generic people. But it was, to Mike's point, it wasn't that way in the 90s and the 2000s. Right. Those guys were in our house every night.
Yeah.
And if you were a young person or if you were in college, you went to sleep with those guys.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And so to watch them, I don't know who produced that show last night, but whoever that person is hit it out of the park. It was just really, really well done. All right, Chris, we look forward to the big announcement later tonight at 5. How long do we have you for lit today?
About until 1 o'clock. Okay. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Which means we got to fit in some nudging, Trudell.
All right. So a lot of big time meetings.
Only an hour?
Yeah. Well, he has like 30 meetings a day. It's a
lot of meetings.
I just thought me being in here, maybe I would get an extra maybe 15, 20 minutes that you wouldn't give to Mason.
You know what?
Well, Mason wouldn't let him talk.
Do you miss Mason, honestly?
Here's what I like.
Okay.
I'm comfortable in either chair.
Right.
And so Mason takes so much time off that it's almost like I have two jobs. You know, I probably do. Mason has 7 weeks vacation, which is more than anybody else. And then he takes all his sick days. He takes 10 weeks off a year. So it basically works out to, on average, about a week a month. So a week a month, he's gone and I'm here, and then I go. And so when we get together, it's fun because we haven't seen each other for a while. Right. So I like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
I like that I get to do both things.
So it's truly like an old married couple that has side pieces.
Yes, but
is Trudell your favorite side piece?
Well, he's on the short list. Yeah, my list is
no pun on short.
Yeah, I obviously, if it was left up to me, Trudell and Michael would be the guys because I'm with those guys all the time. But I mean, Andy's coming in tomorrow. Momo's coming in Thursday and Friday.
Do you really enjoy Pepe, or are you tired of the bit?
I do.
Okay,
but I can see where others may be.
I can't. I'm pro Pepe.
Yeah, I'm pro Pepe too.
What people don't realize about Pepe is, and people think it's the opposite. The reason Pepe is here is Michael.
Yes.
Michael brought Pepe in.
Yes.
And when we call Michael and say, do you want to come in? He says, yeah, I'm bringing Pepe.
He picks him up on the way down.
On the air.
Well, we don't give Pepe parking.
I know. That's why
on
Michael
the air, they hate each other.
Right.
But off the air, they're like Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
I mean, they actually, it's all a big bit. So, no, if it was up to me, I'd have Pepe in every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Pepe.
But I know it's not always up to me. All right. Coming up next. How bad is this Matthew Stafford situation? We found a doctor to shed some light on it, and the Dodgers had a closed-door meeting last night. I think I know what it was about. We'll get into both next. Trudell in for Mase. Chris is here for Lit. Brian's here. Laura's here. Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. Do you see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Palisade, Santa Fe, and Santa Fe hybrid models. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end September 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact...
Hey, this is Julie May at Hollywood Park Casino, home of the ESPN LA Fantasy Draft Party. It's back, so save the date, August 28th. Sign up with your team or your league at ESPNLA.com, and you can win so many prizes. We'll have Sedano at cap, 3 p.m., and the draft starts at 6 p.m. So park, party, and play with us at Hollywood Park Casino.
With ZipRecruiter.
It's the summer tradition fantasy football fans wait for. The ESPN LA Fantasy Football Draft Party at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Sedano and Cab live from 3 to 6 p.m. Then stick around to hang out with the crew and dive into all the fantasy football action. Whether you're drafting your team or just soaking up the atmosphere, enjoy great food, drinks, giveaways, and the chance to connect with fellow fans. Thursday, August 28th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details. Thanks to Hollywood Park Casino. Park, party, play.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
12:33 on a live imaging Tuesday, presented by our friends at Providence. Providence has led the way in heart care for decades and continues to push forward, finding the next breakthrough for the next patient in Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California. You know, I almost died, Trudell.
12:33.
And we're also thankful that you're still with us.
And Providence helped make sure of that.
All right, Chris, this is going to tax my memory.
Yes.
Dreamweaver.
Yes.
Gary.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's it? One hit wonder?
I think so.
Yeah.
Remember when they kept playing this for Jared Weaver? When he had that great season as the Angels with the Angels?
It's a banger.
Yeah, it
Jared
was a
Weaver?
huge hit.
Huge hit. Song.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It could be.
All right. So you guys may have heard that we're the Rams station.
The official home of your Los Angeles Rams.
And yesterday, Matthew Stafford practiced. And so everybody's like, all is well, remain calm. But David Chow, Dr. David Chow, was the head football doctor for the Chargers for 17 years. He now works as an analyst in the media.
Okay.
Listen to what Dr. Chow says about Matthew Stafford. Basically, Rams aren't out of the woods yet.
Here's the key takeaway for Matthew Stafford. It is not the back that prevents him from playing. It is the nerve issue with pain down the leg that prevents him from playing. This is why this is tricky. How do we know this? That's why you get epidural steroid injections. Once again, the good is Phillip Rivers played all through one season with epidural steroid injections and a herniated disc in his back pressing on the nerve. But Tony Romo, and I'm not calling Tony Romo soft, different magnitudes of disc herniation, missed the rest of a season with surgery. If Matt Stafford has surgery, he's minimum 3 months out, right? And that's pretty much season for the Rams.
All right, so lucky for us, we have someone here today, Mike Trudell, who had back surgery back when you were in college. Does the nerve thing make sense to you?
I mean, yeah, it's just that his specific back, which we won't get details about from the Rams, right?
Right.
So you could say anything you want about it until we know what is exactly going on with Stafford's back. We don't really know. So I remain, though, John, in the not super concerned about it. I think that I might be more towards the minority of this because it seems to be bothering you a little more.
Well, I think it's a real thing. Yeah. And what I'm worried about is week 1, Houston comes to SoFi. And DeMeco Ryans is a defensive coach. And I think he's going to send the kitchen sink at Matthew Stafford.
They all do. Everybody wants to hit the quarterback, right?
Right.
Every team.
If you know that you can knock him out of the game with one tackle, don't you turn it up?
Yeah.
Sure, you can try to turn it, but it's the whole purpose of football. The offensive team is trying to protect their quarterback. The other team is trying to get to him. Like, yes, you're going to hit him, but you can't hit a quarterback like more hard than another team's trying to.
But you can get a little extra in there. When you take a guy down, you take him down a little bit more force.
You do a little twist.
It's usually
you
not.
hold him just a few seconds longer and pull him down.
You get your 300-pound nose tackle and sit on him.
You can't, but if you do anything to a quarterback these days, though, you get thrown out of the game. It's different from
you're
the
not
Troy,
going after
Troy
his head.
Time.
Yeah.
You're just a little
Mike,
extra.
What I'm suggesting
a little
is,
extra nudge, if you
will. A little
will.
extra nudge, yes.
What I'm suggesting is first quarter.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. They're going to try to hit him.
3rd and 9.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And they're going to send everybody.
Sure.
And
Stafford's pretty good against the blitz, though.
Right, great. But I'll be worried about him getting hit. Do you guys think the Rams can have a winning season if Stafford misses multiple games?
By winning season, you mean
9
what?
9 wins. 9 or more.
Yes.
You do.
I do. I think that
defense is good enough.
I think the defense is
If the defense can continue
sneaky.
last season, yes. If the offensive weapons that they have can be performed at least 70% with Jimmy G as quarterback or Stetson Bennett, most likely Jimmy G, I think they can win that many of games. I made a 14-3 prediction.
That's fair.
And I made it to Les Snead's face a few weeks ago. So I really need Matthew Stafford to be amazing. I don't know. Based on that practice video, he looked a little stiff. Now, DeMarco and I argued about this earlier, and he basically told me, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, no, you do in this case, because I watched that practice video, and
He looked
here's
a
what
little
I
stiff,
noticed. Garoppolo and Stetson Bennett were under center.
Right.
Stafford was in the shotgun. And normally when you do drills, Dr. Chow made this point, and a part of it we didn't play for you. Normally when you do drills, quarterback drills, all three quarterbacks are doing the exact same thing.
Right.
In this case, Stafford was going out of the shotgun, and he wasn't going full speed.
No.
So I think there is something to that workout video that he's not. Let's put it this way. If the Rams and Texans played this Sunday instead of the Rams going to Cleveland and playing a preseason game, I don't think Matthew Stafford would play.
Well,
I think you're right.
I would put it this way. First of all, that is a nice Rams hat.
Thank you.
You have on. Secondly,
somebody in the YouTube chat earlier during the other show thought maybe Alan Slevo was hiding under my hat.
No, well, that is the famous D-head logo of the Rams,
D-head.
which they have.
That's part of the reason I like it.
Yeah, it still exists. You can get it if you're looking for it, but they have dialed it back a little. They've gone to the main LA logo, the LA with the waves.
There's nothing wrong with a little D-head once in a while.
Thank you.
The point I'm trying
glad
to make.
See you're keeping that alive.
I'm coming around to Chris's point of could the team win a certain number of games? I think you said 9.
9.
Right. And so I would say that what we're giving credit to is Sean McVay and basically anybody that he could get through some games with a type of game plan that's going to maximize or minimize what that quarterback does well or not. Think kind of like early Jared Goff, until they made the switch for Stafford. So could Jimmy G step in for a couple games and could they win some games? Sure. And so that's why my level of concern, it would be one thing if Stafford had the type of injury that we already knew he was going to be out for half the season. Right now, he could still be the week 1 starter. So I'm not going to freak out. Now, if it turns out the back, it continues to have some of these problematic symptoms, let's say he's getting nerve pain, whatever that might be, then you shut him down for a couple of weeks and you just get by and you know that he's going to be back in, a month or two. So that's the optimistic view.
How much do you guys think they should manage this? For example, they have a game overseas, week 6 or 7. Is it ridiculous of me to suggest you don't take Matthew Stafford on that trip? You just say, the idea of you sitting in a plane for 13 hours is not good for us. We're going to start Jimmy G. We're going to start Stetson Bennett for that one game, which, by the way, is at 6:30 our time in the morning. I think it's week 6 or 7. Am I being overly cautious by suggesting that? You would use Stafford goes.
So you think he's overly cautious, but I would say this, to the same point, different spin. Why is he starting week 1? Why? Do you need...
Because he gives you your best chance to win.
But do you need to win the first week?
No.
Do you need to beat Houston?
This comes up all the time with NBA injuries. It's to be overly simple. If you're healthy enough to play, you play. That's the whole point. That period. Now, if it's something that could get a lot worse and you're putting yourself at risk for missing the season, then of course you don't play. But we haven't been told that the injury is to that level yet.
And Chris, think about this. Unlike basketball, baseball, or hockey, Matthew Stafford is basically being paid millions, $40, $50 million to work for 17 days.
Right.
That's it.
No,
that's it.
And one game makes a difference in the NFL between
the difference between, and I understand in NBA, one play you can get hurt.
Sure.
But it's more likely in football that you get one hit, and then all of a sudden that back injury that we all thought was manageable is all of a sudden much, much worse.
Yeah.
And now you're out for several weeks that could cost you the playoff.
All of that is fair, and this is why I think it's a little frustrating that it's not going to get better, but we don't know exactly what's going on with the back. So it's hard for us to then make an evaluation of, well, if he gets hit, is this type of back injury mean that you're going to miss a week? You just don't know. There's so much up in the air with it, and that's why it's tough as a fan. You're like, well, okay, is my quarterback playing or not?
Well,
I don't know.
You saw the video, the practice video. He looked a little stiff in it, right?
A little stiff.
Yeah. Not great. Now, here's the thing.
I mean, it's
the
like
headline that he was practicing was better than him not practicing.
I mean, some people are also stiffer than others. Like, if I'm sitting right here and you walk by the hallway versus John walking by in the hallway versus, I'm trying to think who's not stiff. Who's like
You're saying I'm stiff?
A little stiff.
You're
when you
older.
walk around.
As am I.
Well, you almost died,
All right.
But your walking has gotten, you're first of all, you're in great shape. So you're moving a little bit smoother than I think you would have been at this time 2 years ago.
Yeah, but he's not like DeAndre, for example. DeAndre's in sport shape.
Like somebody who's really skinny, like Funches. You're not just kind of gliding by like Funches just would walk by. You're moving, and so Stafford.
Can't believe you think I'm stiff.
Stafford is not Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? He's not going to look super smooth as his movement anyway. He's kind of a big, clunky guy.
I got a Lamar Jackson story coming up today that's unbelievable. Just unbelievable. That's a tease. All right, coming up next, Laura will spin the wheel of questions with that, and I'll get to that Dodger story as well. But first, I want to talk to you about my friends at Toyota and the Southern California Toyota dealers. Do you know that Toyota and the Lakers are celebrating 50 years together this season? They started together in 1976, and we're going to roll into 2026, 50 years of Laker-Toyota partnership. And there's never been a better time to find a Toyota. You can explore the full lineup of vehicles at Toyota.com. You can compare features side by side, search all the inventory, see all the latest offers, or you can go to any Southern California Toyota dealer if you're the type of guy that wants to sit in the car, drive it, smell it, feel it. Toyota dealers all over the place.
Touch it, maybe? You can touch it?
Yeah. Chris, you know this? That I Googled last week, car lifespan. All right? Just how long cars last.
Number one?
Not only number one. 7 of the top 10 and all 5 of the top 5.
Wow.
I mean, Toyota's last. They're built to last. Great cars. Go check out the 2025 4Runner. It's their hottest new 4Runner. It's got great ground clearance, 465 pound-feet of torque. It's the all-new face of adventure. The 4Runner and every other Toyota available now at your Southern California Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
Don't forget, Tuesday at 5 p.m., we will announce the new football season fall on-air lineup. Are you ready? 5 p.m. Tuesday with Sedano and Kappa and me as we announce our new weekday lineup.
710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Rams football remains right here on ESPN LA for years to come.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of the LA Rams.
We're proud in the Southland to be your home of Rams football.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Summer is flying by. Don't waste it running on empty. Whether you're beach-bound, working out, or just need a pick-me-up, Pro Bottler Energy delivers clean, crash-free energy packed with essential vitamins. No junk, and is NSF Sports certified. Just focus and fuel for your day. Fuel your summer with Pro Bottler Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. Grab all 5 flavors now on Amazon with free shipping for Prime members.
Back when I played, leg cramps were no joke. Fourth quarter, overtime, practice, even when I got home, they would hit out of nowhere. Had I known about Highland's leg cramps back in the day, I would have had a locker full of the stuff. Now I'm retired, I still get these cramps on my morning walks, hanging out with my daughter, but now I've got something that actually works. Highland's leg cramps. The tablets dissolve quickly under the tongue and don't upset my stomach. Cramps hit athletes, weekend warriors, couch coaches, all of us. Grab Highland's leg cramps and get it today at Walmart, Walgreens, or CVS.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
For over 20 years, Purple Wave Auction has been the trusted leader in online auctions, offering the easiest way to buy and sell equipment. From bulldozers to backhoes and combines to cranes, we host multiple weekly auctions in construction, ag, and fleet equipment. With our no reserve format and sell where it sits approach, you can bid on local equipment without waiting for far-off auction dates. Get registered for free and start bidding today at purplewave.com.
Oh, little fresh Yachtly Crew, 1248 on a Live Imaging Tuesday. This is off their new album. We love our friends at Yachtly Crew. Philly Ocean singing lead here. And this song is getting a lot of airplay, by the way, in adult contemporary radio stations. You know who wrote this for them?
No.
Diane Warren.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Moving up in the world.
Exactly right. Live Imaging Tuesday presented by Providence on Mason and Ireland. Right now, though, it is time for producer Brian Cohen. We know it's a big one. His wheel. He's got a big wheel. He's not afraid to use it, Trudell. Spin that wheel, sucker.
That's a dumbass question.
You know what? It might not be a dumb question, but this might be a dumb story. All right, guys. So over the weekend, something happened in Vegas that I was a little shocked that it actually happened. So a 29-year-old Justin Bieber impersonator took over the XS nightclub. He went up and told the DJ, "Hey, I'm Justin Bieber. I want to perform." They let him perform, racked up a $10,000 tab. And then they were like, "Oh, it's not Justin Bieber."
Ooh. Oh. They got catfish.
They got super catfish. And by the way, the guy doesn't even look like Justin Bieber. He looks a little heftier. But anyways, my question to you guys is, if you guys were in the audience and then you get duped like that, would you even admit that you got duped? Because a lot of people were like, "Man, I can't believe I actually got played that bad."
Yeah, sure, I would. Why do I care if I got played by fake Justin Bieber? I mean, I'm not. Am I supposed to be? Are you suggesting I'd be embarrassed to admit that I got duped?
On TikTok, people were like, the DJ came out and was like, "Oh, this was so fun," and they're like, "Oh,
all right,
I got duped."
So Trudell, you'll identify with this.
I mean, as a believer, I would not get
As a
duped
believer.
That was
by
good.
a fake Justin Bieber.
That was good.
That was
Wouldn't
good.
happen.
So, Michael has taught me, and Trudell and I have both been around Michael for the last 20 years. I don't think this is a word, but I'm going to use it anyway.
Okay.
Michael is unembarrassable.
Well, that's true.
Okay, he just never gets embarrassed. And after hanging around him for a couple of years, I go, why I never. You can't embarrass me. I'm like I don't care.
Yeah, you work with Mase every day,
right?
Well, 60% of the time.
So yeah, I think. But here's an interesting thing. So remember when Michael and I used to do the third chair?
Yeah.
Lakers fans, there was a period of about 6 years where after Phil Jackson left, this was the Mike Brown, Mike D'Antoni, Byron Scott era.
Not a lot of hope, but a lot of fear.
Mostly fear. And mostly no playoff appearances. Right. So the games were ugly and they were losing. So we came up with this idea. We're going to bring somebody up in the second quarter to do the games with Michael and I. And so we would see somebody famous sitting in the crowd, and then Jared Diglio, our producer, or Funches, after Jared left, would go up and ask him, hey, would you come hang out and do the game with John and Michael?
Right.
And we were shocked how many people said yes. But only 2 people stopped traffic. Like the ushers came to us and said, you have to let them go back to their seat because there's too many people in the aisles taking pictures. The first one was, for some reason, Carmen Electra.
Well,
okay, like,
I mean, come on.
She's so pretty that people were, and then the second one was Bieber. He was sitting courtside with Selena Gomez. Diglio got him to come up and do the games. Brian, see if it's in there somewhere.
And boom goes the dynamite.
There it is. That's what he kept saying. He kept saying,
listen how young he
boom
sounds.
Goes the dynamite.
Well, you know what that's from, right?
There was a viral video of a young sportscaster.
And boom goes the dynamite.
In Indianapolis, which I feel was one of the stack of like the first 100 viral videos of YouTube.
Sure.
It was up.
That was sent around.
Because it was like 2004.
Yeah. And Justin actually, he said that several times, but he actually.
What Diglio said to get him to
he actually was a good sport. Well, Diglio was good at convincing people of stuff.
Persistence.
But over the years, we got Andy Garcia, who revealed to us that he played high school basketball against Michael in Miami and lost by 50 points.
Right.
We had my hero, Allison Janney, C.J. Craig from the West Wing. Kaylee Cuoco, who is Melissa Cates, Mark's wife, represents Kaylee Cuoco.
Right.
She came up and did it. We had Jim Parsons did it.
Yeah.
We had many, many big names. The one person Diglio couldn't talk into doing it, which would have made my life, was Paul McCartney. He was at the game. It was a Laker-Clipper game. And Paul's there, and Jared walks up to him and goes, I go, hey, leave your mic on. I want to hear this. So Jared turns on his mic whisper. He goes, Paul, my name's Jared. I work with Lakers Radio. Would you like to come up and call the game with the guys for about 3 minutes? He goes, hi, Jared. Nice to meet you. I would, but I'm with my family, so I'm going to respectfully pass. But he was so nice about it, there was no way not to like him.
Exactly.
But then the Lakers got good again. LeBron came. We dropped the third chair. And I hope we don't have to bring it back because that means the games aren't good again.
You know who'll do the third chair with you every time if you bring it back?
Who?
If we have to bring it back. Scott Kaplan.
Of course. I don't think we ever had him up there.
No.
We had Trace Thompson once.
Yes, I
when
remember
when the Dodgers were in town.
Well, I'm having trouble focusing on anything because I'm so hungry, but I was scared to bring food in here because I didn't want Bergman to try to put his nose on it again.
Sniff.
So I'm Chris, I'm struggling over here, buddy.
All right.
Well, order Jersey Mike's. I'll order with you.
I mean, again, Bergman is in the building, is he not?
You think he's going to come in here?
Did you throw the sandwich away after he stuck his nose in it?
No, you ate it. You ate it like a scumbag.
You're going to get sick.
I regret that choice.
You're a scumbag for doing that.
And again, if he gets a whiff of the sandwich coming in again,
by the way,
what's
did
to
you
stop
have
him
two
from licking
sandwiches?
it?
Because
No.
yesterday before the show we were talking, and you were chomping on that thing right in front of me.
Well, half
and
and
it was
half.
a turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
But then they said it was roast beef yesterday afternoon.
No, of course it was. What? He put his nose that close to it and couldn't identify that it was turkey?
So you're saying he doesn't know the brown meat, he knows the white meat.
So to speak. All right, hey, let me get this in here before we do sports graffiti. So
I got you on that one, didn't
I?
You
guys,
walked right into that one.
You did. You guys
I enjoyed it.
You guys tell me if I'm connecting dots that are not there or if you agree. Okay? So on Sunday, Teoscar Hernandez lollygagged it down to first base on a ball that he popped up to the outfield, and the ball dropped.
He took his time.
So he was stuck on first, and he wasn't hustling. And after the game, they said, well, he's dealing with a foot issue, so he's not ranked. Then in yesterday's game in Colorado, he got a late jump on a ball popped up to right field, and the ball dropped. That turned out to be the winning run. Dodgers lose. After the game, closed-door meeting between Andrew Friedman, who makes all major decisions for the Dodgers, Dave Roberts, and Mookie Betts. It has to be about Mookie going back to right field, doesn't it? in light of Teo having the foot injury. I don't blame Teo. I think that he's given it 100%. He just can't run.
Okay, just because you're you and you're good at this. I agree. That's the only thing I can think of. But if it weren't about that, what is the only other possible thing you can think of if the meeting weren't about him moving back to right? Can you even think of anything else?
Mookie. Well, yeah, they could flip-flop him again with Shohei. Shohei likes hitting leadoff. Mookie doesn't care where he hits, but Mookie is a great leadoff hitter. They won the World Series with him hitting leadoff.
You wouldn't have to close the door for that meeting, though, would you?
Well, I think he closed it. Ask Chris. He's in 500 meetings a day.
I often say, hey, close the door, would you?
Right, but
I think you close the door for everybody.
Okay, but if you're Freeman though, and you just say, hey, because it's not like a demote.
No, because if you close the door, Mike, it gives Mookie freedom to speak freely. If you don't close the door, somebody walking by. Like let's say the meeting was like this. Hey, we're thinking about moving Miguel Rojas back to short, you to right, Teo goes to left. What do you think? If his answer is I don't want to do it.
No,
you don't want the other teammates to hear that.
I agree on that. If for the shortstop move, for sure. I'm saying if you're flipping him with Shohei, I don't think you need to shut the door.
Maybe.
That's all. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, these are among the things you can discuss in Sports Graffiti, which we're going to do next. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-3776. You can talk about anything we've brought up, or you can go off the board and ask us anything you want. Your segment, do with it as you wish. 877-710-3776. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti next. Mase out of here. Trudell in for him. I'm John Ireland. Brian's here. Laura's here. Chris dropping in and out with Lit. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
The hotel rooms are so large at the East Central Hotel, the biggest hotel rooms in downtown LA. Trudell, you could have a turkey sandwich in there. You could have a roast. You could have both of those.
Giant.
You know what I'm saying?
Giant
you could have both. The beds are so large and soft. It's so nice. Yesterday, I worked like an 18-hour day. All I wanted to do last night was get to my East Central hotel room, and I got right on that bed, and I was out.
Or get horizontal.
You didn't even mess with the big hand.
I didn't even put my stuff on the big hand, and I didn't try to sit on it. I just laid on that bed and fell right asleep. Pillows are so comfortable. And when I woke up this morning, I was like, you know what?
It was a final last night.
It was a final. Quickly. Yeah. It was a quick final. I put the TV on, put that sleep timer on. I got my own net. You could watch Netflix right in the hotel room there. It was beautiful.
And that's a final.
Exactly right. So I had a beautiful night's sleep. I woke up. I looked at my Whoop. I got green recovery on my Whoop, even though I didn't sleep a large time. I slept like 7 hours, okay, from the time I was out till the time I had to wake up this morning. And
that's 2 nights of sleep for me.
I know.
Sounds like John should stay at the East Central.
He should. Listen, the hotel rooms are so large. Cappy, me, and John could stay in the same hotel room.
And we wouldn't even know the others were there.
We wouldn't even touch unless we wanted to.
Well, you and Cappy shouldn't be in the same bed, though, because, we don't want people to be worried about that.
Well, we don't want to share food right in the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want to share those turkey sandwiches. The East Central Hotel is our downtown L.A. home away from home. I was staying there last night. I got to go back to Orange County tonight, but Cappy's going to be staying there tonight. They always take care of us, and they'll take care of you, too. Go to eastcentralhotel.com or call them 213-748-1291, 213-748-1291. Tell them I want the Cappy penthouse, sucker. East Central Hotel in downtown L.A. Entertainment's official address.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Coming up today at 3 p.m.
We had this big company-wide meeting. I was on Teams. Most people were here, but I was driving up, so I was on Teams. So I took my phone and I put it between my legs.
Oh, jeez.
And I had no camera on and I had no audio on. And the phone is pointing up at me, okay? And I am picking my nose, man. I got my pinky in this side, my finger I am picking my nose, dude. I'm pulling things out of cornflakes are coming out of my nose, bro.
Why do you keep saying
Because that's what they look like. And then all of a sudden, I look down at my phone, and I don't know if my leg accidentally touched the camera.
I don't remember seeing that.
People are watching me pick my nose from my phone that is in my seat, and I am picking, bro. But no one has commented to me today, like, hey, Cap, your camera was accidentally on. You were really
but now you told everybody.
But I don't remember us seeing it.
My finger.
We got it.
I'm like 3 inches all up in it.
Sedano and Cap on 710. The fun way to drive home.
Sedano and Cap.
My Friday schedule, pool, tan, Flamingo Fridays, repeat. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Think pink, have a drink, and party like a rock star. Flamingo Fridays is the best nighttime pool party in SoCal.
Number 2.
Gavin DeGraw, live September 6th. Get tickets now.
And the number one reason.
Midweek mischief just feels good. Skip work and book your midweek stay for a special price.
Morongo, good times.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind LA experience? Get a behind-the-scenes look at SoFi Stadium, LA's most iconic sports and entertainment venue. Step into the place where legends play and superstars perform, from concerts to kickoffs. This is where unforgettable moments are made. Explore VIP and premium spaces, walk through the team locker rooms, and take the field like the pros. Even try your shot at a field goal. It's more than a tour, it's your all-access pass. This is your chance to see SoFi Stadium like never before. Book your tour now at SoFiStadium.com.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. And it's time for Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti, like we do every day at this time. Sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout. Now let's do it. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti on Mason and Ireland.
All right, it is time for Sports Graffiti. Mike Trudell in for Mase. You guys can talk about whatever you want. And Abraham is in the leadoff spot. Abraham, you're on Sports Graffiti. What do you got?
Yes, sir. Oh, my goodness. The sandwich discussion was the most hilarious thing ever.
All right, so who do
In a
you...
long time.
Okay, Abraham, what is more egregious? Sticking your nose in someone's sandwich...
In my sandwich, Abraham.
Or sticking your hands in a big bowl of chips at work without using the tongs?
I gotta say the chips.
Really?
I gotta say the chips.
Wait, so you're pro Bergman here?
You're supporting the sniffer?
Yes.
Oh,
bro,
my God.
he may as well have licked my sandwich.
By the way,
Abraham.
that's way more egregious than grabbing a handful of chips.
Oh, sorry.
Come
so
on, man.
So the sniffing you feel like is a level below the licking, which I agree. I'm just saying he's en route to licking my sandwich.
Yeah, he was.
By being
Well,
that close to
and
it.
by the way, you'll never feel the same way about that sandwich again. Here's
That's
Kyle. Right. Kyle, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, what's up, guys? I want to talk about Teo playing in right field. I think we've lost more games this year than we would have won if he would be in left field. And you move Mookie back to right, move Rojas back to short. And then when Hae-Sung Kim comes back, you can play him at second. I think he's had a great year. You can put him in center. But I think we gotten to the point now to where we've lost too many games with Teo being in right field to where it justifies that Mookie needs to move back to right.
All right, thanks. Mike, that had to be what the meeting was about, right?
I think so, and I think that it makes sense. This is a longer topic, John, we'll get to later in the show, but you're going to downgrade your production from a hitting standpoint at short if you move Mookie. So it's not just like, oh, yeah, the outfield's better, but then your lineup maybe gets a little bit weaker. So I don't think it's a complete slam dunk, but I get it for sure.
Here's Jack. Hey, Jack, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hello. So
Hi.
yesterday I was listening to your show, and they were mentioning about statues that can be placed in front of our stadium, and they mentioned everyone's name but Jerry West, and I don't understand.
Well, when's the last time you were down there?
It's been a few years, sir.
Doesn't he have one?
Yeah.
He already has one, Jack.
Dad, I'm sorry. Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
No, he's got one. Yeah, it's out there. The number 44. I was there. It was I don't know, John, maybe like 10 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a fair point and a fair question. But you can rest easy. It is there.
Okay. So 2 thoughts on statues. Pat Riley's getting the next one. I hope after that they go in this order. Now that the Lakers have been sold, Dr. Buss has to have a statue in Star Plaza. Has to.
Hard agree. 100%.
The only thing I think Jeannie and her brothers and sisters were hesitant to give him one because they thought it would be presumptuous. But now that they don't own the team anymore, that Mark Walters' first act of business should be to make a statue of Jerry Buss and put it in Star Plaza. And after that, we got to take care of my guy, Big Game James Worthy.
I'm with you on both counts. Greatest owner in American professional sports, certainly of my lifetime. And I'll defer to you before that for a little bit. But there's no doubt he should have one. And I, too, support the Big Game James statue.
By the way, if you were to ask any former Laker, anybody who has a statue now, they're all shaking their heads as why Dr. Buss doesn't have one. So that somebody with more power than me needs to get that done.
Yeah.
Here's Robert. Hey, Robert, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hello, gentlemen. I got to preface my question with a disclaimer or just, I apologize if I don't want to pry into your personal business too much.
Okay.
However, most of us listening, we work our jobs and then we go home and we watch sports as kind of a respite and, to kind of get away.
Yeah.
You guys in the business, and furthermore, we don't like to bring work home. But when you're in the business, do your husbands, wives, boyfriends, girls, do you get grief for watching the game at night? And, honey, you talk sports all day. And
this is actually a great question, Robert. My wife is pretty tolerant of the fact that I am a sportscaster for a living and I got to watch a lot of games, with one exception. Lisa Ireland does not like baseball. She says it's like watching paint dry. I go, no, it's not. Let me, I try and mansplain it to her, and she goes, you're making it worse. So if I'm watching the Dodgers, if I'm watching like NBA, NFL, and she loves tennis, golf, and she'll tolerate it. If it's baseball, Mike, she goes in the other room and puts on Netflix. Is Annie pretty supportive of you watching tons of games?
She is supportive, and she actually does like baseball too. So she'll watch the Dodgers with me. I would just say that it's the fine balance for me is less about like having sports on at the house because all my boys watch it too. It's more just like if I've been gone for a week and then I'm home, it's not like, hey, I'm going downstairs to watch sports. Don't bother me for 8 hours.
Right.
It's like I'm also.
You've got to include everybody.
Yes, I'm including everyone. I'm helping. I'm driving. I'm pausing a game so that I can take the boys to soccer practice. Right. I'm pausing it so that I can go pick up food or do the dishes or whatever. So it's just I'm trying to be conscious to be getting stuff done where I'm watching. So, and that's the good thing for me. That's the beauty about watching sports. And I think for John, multitasking ends up being a key part of the job.
Right.
So I'm also multitasking while I'm watching sports at home.
Well, you're the best multitasker I've ever seen. I've seen you juggle 4 plates at once. Robert, I've been on a plane with Mike where he is writing a story while he's playing a video game, watching a movie, and listening to a podcast. All at the same time. So we've got to kind of pick our spots. I will say this, Robert. If you walked into my house, you wouldn't know I was a sportscaster. There's nothing in my house that indicates that. Mike, are you the same way?
Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff up. I mean, they're here and there, but it's not. Yeah,
you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call. Here's Chris. Hey, Chris, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go for it.
Hey there, man. Hey, I had a question for you guys. So recently, I flew all the way to London to see Oasis on the first night of their reunion tour.
Good for you.
And I was on the fence about it for a long time because it's a long way to go. I was only there for the trip was 4 days, and I left it was like the best experience of my life. It was incredible. And I was wondering, do you guys who would you go see? Around the world, flying halfway around the world. Who do you think would be worth your time to do that? Do you have a band or a musician or something like that?
Okay, one thing I've always wanted to do, Mike, and I have you to thank for this. I want to go to a game at Old Trafford before it goes away because all these English Premier League teams are getting new stadiums,
and they've been talking about one.
Yeah. And so I want to get there. I want to get to the Theater of Dreams before they move out of it. In terms of music, the only thing I could see flying overseas to see, I'd love to see U2 in Dublin. I think that'd be fun because I'm Irish and they are, and it would be in Dublin. When you went, Chris, were they at the O2 or was it outdoor?
Oh no, it was at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, which is great.
First night at Wembley, 90,000 people or so.
Yeah, really
it was
fun.
Insane. Yeah, it was incredible.
Hey, one thing I'll say to you, Chris, if you haven't done it, the Sphere in Vegas is the best concert experience I've ever had anywhere in the world. It is staggering.
I saw you two there. It was
okay,
great.
I did too. So you had the same experience I did. Yeah, but that's a good question. I got to give it some more thought. But yeah, Mike, you've been to the Sphere, right? I
have not been to the Sphere. I was hoping to catch the Eagles, but they're not playing while we're there in October.
Right.
I wanted to go to Backstreet Boys. I missed it by a day in Summer League because I was here doing a Sparks game. So I've struck out so far at the Sphere. I'm jealous of this Oasis trip that our gentleman just went on. Do
you like country music?
No.
Okay.
That's the one genre.
Zach Brown's going into the Sphere.
It's the one genre where I'm not really into as much. I mean, my favorite band, I'm a big 90s hip hop guy, right? So I can't really see Tupac or Biggie perform. I have gotten to see Wu-Tang and Tribe Called Quest. And Fife is no longer with us, so I can't see the full Tribe Called Quest. So for me, I would probably defer and save the money and try to get my wife to the next Taylor Swift concert because we missed the previous one.
Right.
So that would be probably where I would save my resources.
Here's Patrick. Hey, Patrick, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go for it.
Well, to touch a little on the issue, I would never tolerate anybody who puts their snot-filled, greasy nose over someone else's food to sniff it for what it is. That is so gross.
Oh, man. I know. And Patrick, Bergman has a cultural blind spot. He doesn't even acknowledge that it's gross. His response is, well, my nose never actually touched the food. It didn't have to. You were 1 centimeter from the sandwich. It was disgusting.
Hey, guys, that's it's almost like when a guy uses to, do his business in the restroom and doesn't wash his hands, and his remarks is, oh, I wash myself pretty good down there.
The question is, what should I – because I was kind of in shock, and John was talking, so I was trying to be a professional, so I was kind of like half looking at Greg, but listening to John.
I'm glad you made a thing out of this.
What should I have done in that circumstance?
He's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah. I think you handled it appropriately, although I wouldn't have eaten the sandwich. Here's Gil. Hey, Gil, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go for it.
Hey, guys. Hey, I'm happy you guys brought up the third chair conversation because I've been wanting to call in on that. Bring it back. Man, I'm pretty sure the majority of Lakers fans don't mind Game 15 of the season hearing Justin Bieber come on and call some portion of the game. I'm sure Game 33 is very exciting for some fans, but I think the majority of them could do with a little bit more excitement, right?
All right. Thanks, Hill. We'll think about it. The one thing, the reason we did it, we always did it in the second quarter, so it was kind of an inconsequential quarter. And the reason we did it is oftentimes by the time we were well into the second quarter, the Lakers are down double digits with those struggling years. And so it gave us a diversion. Now I think people just want to hear the game. But we'll think about it, or if we have an unexpected turn in the season. And by the way, if somebody ever walked in that we thought would be really fun on the air, we'll ask them to come up, even though we don't have the third chair anymore.
For sure.
Here's Kevin. Hey, Kevin, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go for it.
John.
Yes, sir.
About a month ago when Mason was on one of his vacation, you spoke about the service dog, and do you recall that?
The one thing that I may have brought up was we're trying to get our dog to Idaho, and we don't want to put him in a crate underneath the plane. So my wife is thinking about signing him up as a service dog, even though he really isn't. And I was trying to decide if that is unethical or wrong, or what do you think?
No, well, the thing that gets me, the people go overboard these days is this emotional support dog, where everything they just claim they need their dog for emotional support.
Right.
And that goes overboard. I'm a landlord, and you get these people who just go in and they don't tell you that they have a pet. My wife's allergic to animal hair. So once you disclose that you have a dog, you can't discriminate them. And so they always use the excuse that the emotional support, they need their dogs.
Yeah, I think the main reason, thank you, Kevin, for the phone call. The main reason, Mike, that people do that is, the reason Lisa wants to do that with Murphy, our dog, is she doesn't want to drive all the way to Idaho, and she doesn't want to put him in a crate underneath the plane.
Yeah, I get that.
Because she doesn't think it's safe. So she's thinking about signing him up as an emotional support dog. Do you think that's unethical in any way?
It's one of those gray areas. Like if it's your dog, I totally get you kind of justifying it. If you're the person sitting next to the dog.
But if everybody did it, it would be.
Yeah.
Laura, what do you think? Is that unethical?
it's a hard medium because, again, to Trudell's point, I will say no.
Brian, have you ever taken copper on a plane?
No, and I don't think I would.
You would not even. My feeling on it is I would take Murphy on a plane if he could fly up top.
Yes, that's.
I will never put him in a crate under the end. Yeah, and so but we haven't done it yet. If you guys can weigh in on it if you want, but I can't really decide what to do. That's it for Sports Graffiti. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti. Is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Mike grew up in Minnesota as a big Vikings fan. The Vikings are in hot water over something that I'm not sure they should be in hot water about, but I'll throw it at you next. Trudell and Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
Are you ready for amazing golf at one of the best courses in Southern California and to be part of raising money for an incredible cause? It's time for the 4th annual Give Back Golf Classic, Friday, August 29th at the stunning Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda, benefiting the Folds of Honor Foundation. Folds of Honor, they have a mission to empower deserving military families with educational support and opportunities. Register to play now at blackgoldgolf.com/FOH. Plus, there are still sponsorship opportunities to be part of this amazing event. blackgoldgolf.com/FOH. Be sure to catch Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti, weekday afternoons at 1 p.m. on Mason and Ireland. Sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Have you been impacted by the Southern California wildfires, like Eaton and Palisades or other related fires this year? You're not alone, and you don't have to recover alone. Join us for the Ashes to Answers, a wildfire expert panel event, August 21st and 23rd at the Westin Pasadena. The event is free and hosted by the Rise Relief Project. We support those impacted by the wildfires with supplies, resources, and emotional care. Get real answers about insurance claim recovery, rebuilding your home, and your real estate options. Learn how to speed up your recovery and find out if you qualify for a wildfire class action lawsuit. Our team of experts, legal advisors, and community partners will be there, offering resources, support, and critical aid. In times of crisis, you need more than hope. You need help you can count on. Rise California. Relief, intervention, support, empowerment. Call 800-484-RISE or log on to risereliefproject.com to RSVP. Register now and receive a free gift at check-in to the event, August 21st or 23rd. 800-484-RISE.
Get ready for the ultimate freestyle experience. Monster Jam Freestyle Mania, presented by Spin Master. For the first time ever, Monster Jam trucks team up with freestyle motocross bikes to deliver gravity-defying skills and thrills. See one-of-a-kind FMX bikes designed to match your favorite iconic Monster Jam trucks. Cheer on Team Gravedigger, Team El Toro Loco, and more. 2 times the freestyle action, full sand family fun. Coming to Crypto.com Arena this weekend. Brought to you by BKT Tires. You have to see it live, so lock in your seats today at MonsterJam.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Mason in Ireland, Trudell in for Mase, the patron saint of yacht rock, Kenny Loggins. Mike, there is a story going on in your hometown of Minneapolis. And I'm not sure this should be a story, but it is.
Okay.
The Vikings added male cheerleaders this season, and for some reason this has gone viral. They've never had them before. The Rams did this back in 2018. They still have men on the squad. So I guess I got a two-part question for you. Number one, are you surprised this has become a thing? And do you, as a Vikings fan, have any issue with having a couple of male cheerleaders along with the women on the dance team?
No, I mean, no issue for me. I've seen a lot of these stories over the last couple of years. Obviously, the Rams was the first one. But every time a fan base that hasn't had the male cheerleader before, and I think, specifically in the NFL, there's a certain part of the fan base, and you call them traditionalists, whatever, and that don't like it and then voice that opinion, and Minnesota is the latest one. I don't know if it's 10 people that tweeted at the Vikings. I don't know if it's 1. I don't know if it's 100.
The Vikings claim no one has canceled their season tickets. Well, some of those stories said people were going to cancel their season tickets if they put...
There's a wait list. Like, nobody's canceling their season tickets over this. So, to me, if you don't like it, I get it. I guess that's your prerogative not to like it, but you can't really do anything about it. My wife was a dancer in the NBA, so she didn't have any males on her team. This was long ago.
I think they have them now, don't they?
They do now. Well, some do and some don't, right? We go around the and sometimes there's one guy. Some teams have 3. I think Phoenix, I feel like, had a couple last year. But I think this is just an issue where the minority of the vocal minority lets it be known that they don't like it, and then the team feels like they have to address it. I don't think the team has to address it. I think we all move on, and you just watch the football game and whatever.
Well, here's the thing that I always find about these people that are up in arms about, in this case, adding males to what was previously an all-female cheer squad. If you don't want to watch them, don't watch them.
Yeah.
If you're at a game, there's a million things. You took us all to a Vikings game. It was one of the coolest things ever. They do that skull chant in the beginning,
yes,
and
that was fun.
And your buddy Robbie Sika got us great seats, and it was just fun to kind of see how another team does it. The one thing that I was surprised by, and I'm curious, I've never asked you about this, but I grew up a Ram fan before I switched to the Raiders when I was in college, and the Rams always hated playing at Minnesota, particularly in the playoffs, because the Vikings were great in cold weather and the Rams were not.
This is pre-Metrodome.
Right.
Right.
So the University of Minnesota, PJ Fleck's team, the Golden Gophers, plays outside. The Vikings played there for a couple of years when the Metrodome was being or US Bank was being built. And now they're indoors. As a Vikings fan who went to a lot of games growing up, and I know most of the games you went to were indoors.
Yes.
Are they giving away a home field advantage by playing in a dome?
I guess, but I just think that we're past the point. I think even if you think about the players, although in Green Bay, obviously they still do it, and
right.
that's
but
in
that in that division now. So you think about that division. It was Chicago and Green Bay are outside. Minnesota and Detroit are inside.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if I ran the Vikings or the Lions, I'd want to have. Well, I guess US Bank, they could open the roof, right?
Yeah,
it would make everybody miserable because it's so cold there.
Well, so I mean, yes, I just think it's at this point, what the team has become instead, like they've built a little bit more around to be a team that can play in the turf and like be fast. And so if you're going to be a team that's outside, what do you want? You want big guys that hit hard? I don't know. I guess I acknowledge your point. It is something, but as somebody that goes to games there, I prefer to not have to be in the cold unless I have to. So give me the dome stadium, call me soft. Now, relative to you, a California boy, I can wear a T-shirt when it's 30 degrees out and we get in Minnesota. So I still have the thick blood, but I don't want to be out there for 4 hours.
All right, let me sneak this in here. Dylan Gabriel is one of the 4 quarterbacks playing for Cleveland right now. And, of course, they have Deshaun Watson, who's on the injured list. But they have 4 QB. They named Joe Flacco the starter. And then they've got Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. They may end up keeping all 4. I'm not sure. But the other day, Sanders was out with an injury. Gabriel was playing. on Saturday night and did an in-game interview where he was asked, how do you tune out all the noise surrounding the Browns quarterback room? He insists this was not a shot at Shedeur Sanders. But I'm not sure I believe him. I'm going to play for you, and you tell me if you believe him.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just part of it. There's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do.
There are entertainers and there are competitors. I'm here to compete.
What was this?
That's
what was
a
the
shot.
question?
The shot was, how do you tune out all the noise surrounding the Browns quarterback room with all the drama that's been there, whether it be about Shedeur or Deshaun Watson or Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco or you, or how do you deal with that? And that was his answer. And he says, there are entertainers and there are competitors. I'm here to compete. That's a shot at Shedeur, right? He swore after the game it wasn't. He said, I was saying that the media is about entertainment and we're about competing. I would never take a shot at a teammate. Do you believe him?
This is one of those where I got to hear like the 2 minutes before and the 2 minutes after so I can get all the context. But with just hearing that, it's hard to know. It's hard to think about why you would include the word entertainer. And I don't
Brian,
think that
you
can
put this in the system. Do you believe him when he says he wasn't talking about Shedeur?
Initially, no, but I could see where he wasn't specifically kind of doing it, but all the talks about the entertainment business kind of thing kind of led up to it. So I don't think he was
I think he let it slip.
Shedeur. I think so too, but I don't know if it was like a one-for-one.
Laura, did you think he was talking about Shedeur?
I did not.
Yeah, he swears he wasn't.
But I'll take him at his word. But I just this is Brian why I want to hear if this topic came up in the prior question before that, and so maybe the reporter or whoever
it's out there. The whole interview's out there.
Okay,
You can go
I'll
online
check it.
and
But
hear
maybe
it.
they mentioned the word entertainment, and it was kind of if it was floated there and it just didn't appear in his brain out of nowhere, which is my guess. Then I would take him at his word. And I don't think because I don't. He's smart enough. I think any player is smart enough not to want to get into that. Like it's not like he wants to get questions the next day. Were you talking trash about your teammate? So I'm calling it an honest mistake.
Okay, so coming up next, Lamar Jackson is taking some heat for retweeting something, and I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I'll explain it to you next. Coming up, Mike Trudell in for Mase. I'm John Ireland, ESPN LA.
Hey, it's Greg Bergman. And if you aren't joining Marcus Grant, Parker Bell, and myself every morning on the Blue Review from 8:30 to 8:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube page, what are you even doing with your mornings? We break down everything from Shohei hitting bombs to Tanner Scott blowing saves. We talk about the highs and don't brush off the lows. Always honest and talking how we feel. It's all thanks to LAX, where changes are arriving daily and transforming the travel experience. The Blue Review every morning from 8:30 to 8:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube page. The Blue Review. The Blue Review.
Beat the heat this summer with NextGen, the official AC plumbing and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. If your AC breaks down, don't hesitate. Call NextGen now and enjoy expert installation on any new system. For a limited time, combat SoCal's air quality and reduce dust in your home with a free no-ozone air purifier included with any new AC system install. Call 833-3NEXTGen or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com to book online. CSLB number 1011173, lifetime warranty on selected items.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Pick me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our tangy passion fruit lemonade. Waba Grill, keeping it real every day for you.
You think you know football? Then prove it in the Circa Million Pro Football Challenge, kicking off from the greatest sports destination in the world, Circa Las Vegas. A guaranteed $6 million is up for grabs with a cool mill going to the winner. Come in last and you got $100,000 coming your way. It's $1,000 per entry, max 5 entries per person. Don't forget about Circa Survivor also, with $15 million in guaranteed prizes. Enter Nevada, play from anywhere, learn more at circasports.com.
All right. We got a caller who says, I need to buy a car and I need to save money. Well, my friend, I've got one answer for you. The Cerritos Auto Square. It's America's largest auto mall. 24 dealerships, all the top brands, all in one easy location right here in SoCal. And here's the secret. These dealers sell more cars than anyone because they have low prices. And they can actually afford low prices because they sell so many cars. Check it out at CerritosAutosquare.com.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Ever had one of these moments? You're at the checkout, heart pounding, wondering if your card's about to get declined. Or you need to hit urgent care, but payday is still days away. Or hey, maybe your weekend poker face didn't quite pay off. That's where Cash Call comes in. We'll spot you $1,000 anytime, day or night. Just apply online and we'll load the cash right to your debit card in about 10 minutes. Boom, problem solved. We charge just $50 for this loan, and you can pay it back over 12 months at $96.87 per month. Or, if you can knock it out early, you can stop the interest in its tracks. Need a quick grand? Get it now at cashcall.com. APR is 28.73%, subject to credit approval. Loans made pursuant to the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Cashcall.com. That's cashcall.com.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
I'm going to come out with something right here. I don't work as hard as John Ireland and have no interest in it.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
Mason and Ireland. This is Manfred Mann and the Earth Band. Do you know who wrote this song? Blinded by the Light?
Oh, is this Mitch Gumstein?
No.
Okay.
But a good guess.
Okay, thank you.
You ever hear of Bruce Springsteen?
Of course.
That's who wrote this.
No kidding.
Yeah, and he gave it to Manfred Mann, and it was a much bigger hit for Manfred Mann than it was for him.
Bruce, a very prolific individual, John.
Yes, very.
Did you, by the way, did you watch the Billy Joel doc yet?
All of it.
Okay. I enjoyed it. I assume you did too?
Loved it.
Okay, great.
But that's right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
The best.
Bruce was, they interviewed the boss a couple times, right?
Yeah. Paul McCartney's in it.
Yeah.
The best story was Billy Joel is like on a 100-city tour. And his manager, who happened to be his ex-wife, said, you desperately need to go on vacation. You have just grinded yourself. And so I'm sending you to St. Bart's. So Billy Joel goes to St. Bart's and he's in a piano bar, and a piano to him is like food. So he walks in, sits down at the piano, and starts playing. Mike, at that exact moment when he was there, they were shooting the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, and Christy Brinkley and Elle Macpherson walk in to the bar, and they're fighting over him. They both,
right into his laboratory.
Right. They both wanted to date him. And a young girl runs up. They're doing karaoke, and they're singing. And a young girl walks up who was with them and goes, I can sing. Billy Joel goes, get lost. Elle Macpherson and Christy Brinkley are fighting over me. She goes, no, really, I can sing. I'm a good singer. He goes, I don't care, lady. Get out of here. I got 2 supermodels fighting over me. He finds out it was Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
She was there to be in the swimsuit.
It's like, that was a pretty good voice.
Yeah. But it's great. If you like Billy Joel, you should go do it.
Yeah, it was a good one.
All right. So Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson is taking some heat for retweeting something from a guy named Charlie Kirk, who is a right-wing political personality. But, Mike, this is what's wrong with our country right now. People are so polarized and so in their camps.
Mm-hmm.
The left hates the right so much, and the right hates the left so much, that as soon as people saw that he retweeted something from Charlie Kirk, who's extreme right, they started hammering Lamar Jackson. Here's exactly the tweet that Lamar retweeted. This is all it said. 4 words. It's all about Jesus. So Lamar saw it, liked it, retweeted it, getting crushed by the left-wing media and people that hate this Charlie Kirk guy. All the tweet said was, it's all about Jesus. And all of a sudden he starts this whole firestorm. It led me to this other story that I saw that says, according to a study, this is in the New York Post, nearly all friendships don't cross party lines anymore. Only 10% of friendships cross party lines. This is ridiculous. You and I are friends and we're different politically. Why did and how did we get to this point where everybody hates the other side so much that you would condemn someone for tweeting, it's all about you? We're ripping athletes now for tweeting that they like Jesus. What are we doing?
Well, so for this specific one, I am with you. I know, so one of my good friends, I used to intern with the Ravens, right? And he was my co-intern. He's still there, and he kind of runs their PR now.
Okay.
And he swears by Lamar Jackson. In fact, so during the fires right here now in January, right? A friend of my wife's, who I kind of know as well, but she's really close with the mom. So their kid is obsessed with Lamar Jackson, and his house was burning down. And one of the things that he asked his parents, did you go back in and get my Lamar Jackson jersey? It's the only thing he cared about.
Yeah.
They weren't able to get it out. So I texted my buddy and I was like, hey, here's the story.
Good for you.
Is there anything you guys could do? And you, John, you and I, we don't do this often, right? Because people are asking us for Laker stuff all the time.
Yeah.
They might want something signed by LeBron.
We're technically not allowed to.
And it's tough. Yeah. It's tough to do it. But in this case with the fire, I'm kind of like, look, is there anything we can do? And so Lamar writes a handwritten note, right? Sends a football, autographs it, and the whole thing, and basically, so sorry for this. Hope this brings you some small amount of pleasure in a tough time, right? And that's the kind of thing that my buddy says he does all the time. So clearly a great guy, and I think that in this case, he probably doesn't know who Charlie Kirk is.
Right.
He just saw it, and Lamar is a Christian man. He supports that. Great. Now, if you're not a Christian, you're Buddhist, and you don't think Jesus is everything, okay, you can have a different take about it, but that's got nothing to do with Lamar's personal choice.
Right, but I wouldn't jump down somebody's throat that says it's all about Buddha.
No, I agree.
If that's their belief, that's their belief.
But that's what I'm saying, though, is that I don't think it was about the content, about the Christianity or Buddhism, Hinduism, atheism, whatever. I think it was the people probably that didn't like Charlie Kirk. And I understand why you wouldn't like Charlie Kirk for me personally. But I don't think that you have to include Lamar and his what to me it's a blind support of Jesus, and I wouldn't criticize Lamar for that either.
People, we got to be able to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Just because somebody is different than you politically does not make them a bad person.
Well, and John, you mentioned that you and I have been obviously friends for a long time, and we politically we may vote differently, although that may have changed in recent years.
Yeah,
but
I don't know what a Republican or a Democrat is anymore.
But if you take 30 issues, my guess is that you and I are aligned on most of them. There are a couple that we disagree with, and we have healthy debates about that.
Yeah,
and that's good.
But
and that's fine.
We have for the whole time we've been friends, and it doesn't mean. And then we go out to dinner.
We do,
and it's like. We just agree to disagree, and we move on with our friendship. Why can't other people do that?
And with that said, though, like I do think that in these times, it can be hard, right, to have a lot of friends that completely disagree with you on a couple of things. So I get why there's some polarization, but obviously we would all do better to be able to get in a room and talk about it.
Right. I have two friends, one on the left, one on the right, and each one of these friends, you know one of them. Each one of these friends, they both are parents. They both have kids. I am absolutely convinced, Mike, that if Joe Biden had come up with a pill, if their child was suffering from a potentially fatal disease, and Joe Biden came up with a pill that would have cured it, and they called it the Biden pill, that my friend would not let his kid take it because he hates Biden that much. Same thing on the other side. I've got a friend who has such disdain for Trump that if you came up with something called a Trump pill, even though it would save his kid, I don't think he'd let his kid take it. We got to get off of those islands, man. It's like we got to learn how to talk to each other. That's the great thing about sports. Sports brings people together because it doesn't matter. Like the Laker tent, the Laker nation, has every type of creed, color, sexual preference, political preference.
That's right.
But during the Laker games, we're all on the same team and we're all rooting for the same thing. And I consider it a big honor that you and I are kind of get to steward that along with all the other people that work for the Lakers.
Yeah, for sure.
That we get to grow the tent and say, hey, watch Austin Reeves. This guy's really good. You guys are going to love watching this guy play, and he'll make you feel better. And so the way I look at that is our fans invest 3 hours a night on every game night, and it sets their mood up for the rest of the night or the next day. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but we're all in it together. And I'm just never going to get to that place where I hate somebody so much because they're opposite of me politically that I wouldn't welcome them into the tent. I guess that's my whole point. I think we got to get better at it. It just seems to me like this is something to rip Lamar Jackson for this is insane. He literally retweeted a 4-word tweet. It's all about Jesus. To him, it is. So let him have his moment. Like you point out, he's a great guy, and I don't get that, and it bleeds into sports every once in a while. All right, coming up next, I held this story specifically for you because I think you can provide some context for it.
I will try.
The U.S. men's national soccer team has had it with the former players on the U.S. men's national soccer team criticizing them and saying they don't care, and they've decided to fight back. We'll explain it to you next. Mike Trudell in for Mase. I'm John Ireland, ESPN LA.
All right, guys, be sure to join 710 for our summer tradition at Hollywood Park Casino, the ultimate fantasy football draft party. You can win a spot for you and 3 friends right now. Call 877-710-3776. That's 877-710-3776. It's all happening Thursday, August 28th at the Hollywood Park Casino. Going to be a party. Listen all week for a spot in the ESPN LA fantasy football draft party.
Hey, this is Julia May at Hollywood Park Casino, home of the ESPN LA Fantasy Draft Party. It's back, so save the date, August 28th. Sign up with your team or your league at espnla.com, and you can win so many prizes. We'll have Sedano at cap 3 p.m., and the draft starts at 6 p.m. So park, party, and play with us at Hollywood Park Casino.
Face, like when you watch him hit, he looks completely at peace. Serene is the perfect word. He gets fired up.
He does.
Like he'll go up, but he never goes down.
I want to see him go like straight up. Who was it? Big Papi?
Yeah.
With nuts. I want to see him go Big Papi on like the bullpen phone.
Yeah.
Just go nuts for a minute.
He can set a tone by almost anything. If he lost his damn marbles and started smashing stuff,
yes,
that would get a lot of people's attention.
You know, Travis and DeMarco tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
My Friday schedule, pool, tan, Flamingo Fridays, repeat. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Think pink, have a drink, and party like a rock star. Flamingo Fridays is the best nighttime pool party in SoCal.
Number 2,
Gavin DeGraw, live September 6th. Get tickets now.
And the number 1 reason.
Midweek mischief just feels good. Skip work and book your midweek stay for a special price.
Morongo, good times.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
All right, Mason in Ireland, Mike Trudell is sitting in for Mason. Trudell is the biggest soccer fan I know. He kind of got me into soccer.
That's right.
And right now, there is a war of words going on between the current United States men's national team players and the former stars, guys like Landon Donovan. Donovan and others continue to criticize the current players, saying they don't want to win bad enough. But in a clip I'm going to play for you here, current players, Christian Pulisic is probably the best United States player since Donovan. Is that fair?
Yes, and I think that in terms of international success, like for their club teams, Pulisic, even though he hasn't done it as long, is better. He's just better.
And Tim Way is also, he's like Clint Dempsey, right? Really good player. And
yeah. His father was a famous African striker from Liberia.
Right.
Yeah.
So you'll hear Pulisic, you'll hear Tim Way, you'll hear Pulisic's dad. They've had it with the former players like Donovan and Alexi Lawless and all those guys ripping them because, as they factually point out, those guys never won anything. Here's Pulisic and others talking about how they're sick of the criticism.
I'd say the most annoying thing, and for me the biggest cop-out of all time, is when, especially, all pundits want to say, they didn't want it. They didn't have the heart. Back in our day, we would fight and we would die on that field.
When we were on the field, there were guys on the field all over the field
Donovan,
who, if they didn't perform well, their club team probably lost. But there's not a lot of guys who fall into that.
I think those guys are chasing checks, and for me, I just feel like they're really ego, honestly, because they've been players and they know what it's like when you're getting bashed, and those are the same guys that'll turn around and shake your hand and try to be friendly with you at the end of the day.
These guys want clicks. It's social media, it's subscribe to my channels, listen to my podcasts, or whatever.
Don't get me wrong, I respect all of them. I mean, they were players that I looked up to, but quite frankly, the guys before us didn't win anything either.
I think they should look in the mirror and look at their last performances for the national team before they start talking shit.
Okay, Mike, who's right?
If I have to pick a side, the younger guys are right. But this is something we see all the time, and I think that for people that don't follow soccer as much, just take this debate and stick it into the NBA, and it's Charles Barkley and Shaq, right, criticizing whatever young player or whatever current star isn't playing well enough or hasn't led his team to a title. It's a constant generational thing. And what the young players don't understand is that when you do age out, and maybe you're in the media, maybe you're calling games, you're gonna have to say something, and sometimes it's critical. So I think that it's both sides have fault in this, but the specific soccer thing that came up was because Pulisic and Way, a couple of other guys, John, skipped some matches this summer because they, it was for a cup, but not for like a major a major tournament.
Did you have a problem with them skipping it?
No, because the difference now in between kind of where things were many years ago is that especially if you played a big club like Pulisic does, plays for AC Milan right now in Italy, the amount of games that they're asking these guys to play for their club has gone up so exponentially that it's tough to then also play the full national team schedule and like have any legs left. And so I am sympathetic. And most of the older guys either skipped a tournament here or there or skipped so it's just part of the game that happens. And I think that if I were Christian Pulisic and certainly his dad, I totally get why they would be put off by the way. And I think part of this is just, it's like when I'm discussing stuff with my wife, it's just tone. Like if you like, there's a way that you can say it, and I think sometimes Donovan can be pretty strong and pretty dismissive and pretty, like he used to get. There was a thing with David Beckham. I read the book about it when he came to the Galaxy, and they didn't always see eye to eye. And he can be very direct, and sometimes that doesn't play well. It also makes him a good analyst at times. So it's an issue that is real, but it's not just soccer. I think it's a generational thing in the former athletes criticizing the younger ones. Nothing you haven't seen before.
Okay. I'm going to change subjects on you here. There is a publication called Sports Media Watch. And according to them, inside the NBA, the show we all love with Ernie, Shaq, Kenny, and Charles, we all know it's coming to ESPN. But according to Sports Media Watch, it's currently scheduled only for 30 minutes after ESPN's first doubleheader of the season. It'll air from 9:05 to 9:35 and lead into SportsCenter. I thought when those guys went that it was going to be, they're going to be on every night that ESPN had basketball. I thought they were going to be on before the games. I thought they were going to be on at halftime. I thought they were going to be on after.
No, I didn't think so.
Why not?
I think they're not at that stage anymore where they're not innings eaters anymore. Like, I don't remember them even being on as much last year. They kind of waited until the football ended to have the real feature, like Thursday night one.
Right.
They were half the time, one of them would be gone, or they're using the younger crew on Tuesdays and some of that, like, who was it? It was like Crawford, I think, and Candace
Adam
Parker
Lefko.
and Lefko and like that whole crew, and then one of them would mix in sometimes. This probably isn't a super popular generalist take right now, but I get it, and I'm more in the kind of the hardcore NBA community.
Right.
I haven't needed inside the NBA in my life as much the last couple of years, because I think that it's very hard at a stage with, for Barkley, for example, to really watch all of the games and give you a ton of insight.
I think
so. You watch it for entertainment.
I don't think he even tries to sell you that he watches. I mean, they have a bit, Mike, saying who he play for.
Right. And so
Charles doesn't watch the games.
But I think that was more of a bit than it is now. Whereas in the past, I still think they watch the games. But I don't know. There's so many people that cover the game, and I just like to watch the games myself now. So I don't have quite as much bandwidth just for the entertainment portion of it. I know I'll see the funny clip circulated, so this probably makes me closer to Gen Z in this way. But I have not been as concerned as others about what's going to happen inside the NBA. I'm like, I think I'll be fine either way.
Here's why I was disappointed when I heard they were only going to be on for a half an hour, one night a week. And I don't think that's permanent. I think they're going to mix and match, and when the playoffs roll around, maybe they'll use them more heavily. But
yeah, they always ramp up towards the playoffs.
There are very few people in our business. You and I are examples of this. There are several things you and I could say we'd be fired the next day. Those guys won't. Those guys can say whatever it is they want and whatever it is they think they can say.
True.
You and I have to control what we say because we work for a team.
Right. Michael doesn't, but we do.
Yeah, but Michael's one of one.
That's right.
And I think Stu does the same thing. I mean, those two guys, they played in the league. They have more rope than you and I do.
As well they should.
But Ernie, Shaq, Kenny, and Charles don't care. They'll give you their opinion all the time. And I think that's refreshing because I tune in to see what they're going to say because I don't even think they know what they're going to say.
Well, yes, but this gets back into that soccer discussion that we just had about if you're a younger player and you're hearing yourself be criticized, then you better really know what you're saying when you criticize them, not just because you had a take and it's funny. And so that's where the divide is. I think the guys that have take Troy Aikman, for example. He's become increasingly critical, I think, as the years have gone on, but he can back it up. He's watching.
Right.
He's watching the games. He's watching the quarterbacks. So I don't think quarterbacks will be like, well, what do you mean, Troy? You definitely didn't watch. And it's easier to watch NFL, by the way. There's only 18 games.
Right.
Or what is it, 17, and they're trying to make an 18th?
Yeah.
So there's 17 games. It's hard to watch 82 basketball games of one player, which is why, you and I lean upon the other broadcast teams. So maybe I've seen the Lakers about to play the Kings. Maybe I've seen them play 6 of their last 12 games. That's not 12.
Right.
So what am I missing in those 6? And it's super hard on a national level to watch everything. So I get it's just part of it, and that's why they're the the comic relief, I think, provides some ballast.
Well, there's two things I hope happens. I hope they give them more to do. I don't want them on just for a half an hour after a doubleheader, and that's the only time I'm going to see them all week. So I hope Sports Media Watch is wrong. I hope they're going to be on 3-4 times a week like they were before.
Well, because that's the difference of the post-game show for ESPN. It was always a half hour if they had one because they wanted to get to SportsCenter.
Right.
Whereas in TNT, they had the full hour, right?
Right. And so I want to see them, and that's why, by the way, I would let them do pre and halftime too. Mm-hmm. But the other thing, I don't want outside ESPN people going on that show. I don't want to see how they're going to add Stephen A. to the mix. I don't want to see how when Rich was doing his tribute to Stuart Scott last night, which was really good. I think I have it. Yeah, I'll play it for you in a second. The SportsCenter last night was one of the best SportsCenters I've ever seen. It was really good. He said what it would have been like to see Stuart with those guys. I don't want to see any longtime ESPN. I want those four guys to be able to do their thing and not have to fit in another voice. You and I have been part of those before where, they bring 5-6 people into a studio and nobody has any time to talk. I want those four guys. I want them to eat a lot of innings, and I want them on more than one day a week. Now, I mentioned how great SportsCenter was last night. Rich Eisen, first time he'd done SportsCenter in 22 years. He used to do it for 7 years. He did it every day right next to Stuart Scott. Last night, Rich did not forget about Stuart in his first day back in the chair in 22 years.
There should be someone else right here in this chair next to me. Right there. As he was for my 7 years in the role he referred to as my TV wife. And that's my dear late friend, Stuart Scott, who is indeed looking over my shoulder tonight. I frequently think of Stuart a lot and what he might think of the sports headlines of the day, like, say, Bill Belichick being the head football coach at his beloved school. We used to host SportsCenters after LeBron's high school games, so what would Stuart think of James still playing at age 40 with 40,000 points? And with all these new crossing of sports TV streams, like, say, ESPN buying NFL Network and partnering up with My Daily Show, what would it look like if Stuart sat in with, say, Ernie, Shaq, Kenny, and Charles when Inside the NBA comes here to ESPN this fall? I could go on and on because I miss Stuart so very much. He should be in that chair with me, with us tonight.
I thought that whole night, Rich was perfect.
Yeah, terrific.
They did. That was one of maybe 10 things that I really enjoyed. I just think they absolutely nailed it.
Killed it. Yeah.
All right, coming up next, Fast Track. We're bringing it back. Laura's got stuff. Brian's got stuff. They'll throw it all at us next. Mase is out of here. Mike Trudell pinch hitting ESPN LA.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Now, was this Skinny Luther or Big Luther?
Skinny.
This was Skinny Luther, right?
Yeah, this isn't mid-range Luther?
Yeah, it's like mid-range.
Oh,
mid-range
two different Luthers. I didn't know there was two different
No, there was Skinny Luther and there was Big Luther.
Right, there was. It's like Luca. There was Big Luca and Skinny Luca, and there was Big Luther, and then there was Skinny Luther.
Sedano and Cap weekdays at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
You know that feeling. You're finally asleep and bam, a leg cramp comes out of nowhere. Look, I've played through pain, but waking up with a leg cramp at 3 a.m., that sucks. So I don't mess around anymore. I keep Highland's Leg Cramps PM on my nightstand. No groggy side effects, no harsh meds, just a fast, effective relief that lets me sleep through the night without the Charlie horse surprise. Get the sleep you need with Highland's Leg Cramps PM. Get it today at Walmart, Walgreens, or CVS. Highland's Leg Cramps PM, because you don't need a midnight workout.
Rams fans, the 2025 Rams regular season is right around the corner. Don't miss any regular season home games this year with marquee matchups against the 49ers, Lions, Texans, Buccaneers, and more for only $97 per game. In addition, get home playoff ticket access, interest-free monthly payment plans, and stadium event pre-sale access. Visit therams.com/2025. Again, that is therams.com/2025. Secure your season tickets and see you at the Rams house.
Man, look at that Return of the Dang King, man. Oh, wow. Emotional.
King of the Hill is back.
They got a Bob's in the airport now. Oh, that's Boba.
World has changed, Dad.
Bobby wants to bring that new girl over for dinner.
The Vegas? What the hell am I supposed to feed her?
Can't we just put some grass in a bowl?
From Mike Judge and Greg Daniels.
Ready to make some memories, Dad?
Let's freaking go.
A Hulu original series, King of the Hill. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hey, it's Mase. Get ready, LA. AARP Los Angeles and ESPN LA are teaming up to kick off the 2025 football season in a big way. We're giving 2 lucky winners a pair of tickets to the first professional football game of the season right here in LA. That's right, you and a guest could be in the stands soaking in the energy, the action, and the thrill of game day. No catch, no purchase necessary, just a chance to win an unforgettable experience thanks to AARP Los Angeles. Here's how you enter. Just head to aarp.org/Los Angeles and scroll to the news section. Again, that's aarp.org/Los Angeles. Scroll down to the news section and fill out the entry form. It's quick, it's easy, no purchase necessary, got to be 18 or older and a legal U.S. resident to enter. Void where prohibited. Promotion runs August 4th through August 22nd. For official rules and to enter, visit aarp.org/Los Angeles. Head over to the news section. This giveaway is administered by AARP.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And it is 2 p.m. in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland.
All right, it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
The return of Fast Track, driven by our friends at Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
Down low is 350 cube, 3.25 horsepower, 4-speed, 410 gears, 10 coats of competition orange, hand rubbed lacquer with a blue plane manifold, open race cams.
Fast Track on Mason in Ireland.
Time for Fast Track. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Mike Trudell in for him. It's time for Fast Track. Laura Romo's got stuff. Brian Cohen's got stuff. Take it away, guys.
All right, I'm going to start here. So according to The Hollywood Reporter, they did the top 10 wrestlers turned actors, and they ranked them. And I was a little bit surprised by their top 3 and how they named them. So number 1 was Dave Bautista. Number 2, Dwayne Johnson. And number 3, John Cena. So if you guys had to rearrange this list, I feel like it would look a little different. Or do you guys agree with their top 3?
Well, The Rock is a international movie star.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Johnson should be number 1. Not to take anything away from Dave Bautista, who's great. But he doesn't have... I'd put Hulk Hogan ahead of Dave Bautista.
Oh, Hulk Hogan was number 7 on that list.
Yeah, Mike, I think The Rock is the biggest wrestler turned actor star of all time, and it's not close.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, I think he's already a top 10 all-time box office guy on his own. So, but for me, like the actor that I enjoy the most out of that group right now is probably John Cena. And I never watched wrestling with John Cena. The only wrestling I really watched much is when I was a kid. I remember like The Ultimate Warrior and, Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect. I remember watching a little bit then. But yeah, John Cena, I love the show on HBO. Now the title is escaping me, but where he's kind of like the superhero.
Peacemaker, right?
Peacemaker.
Yeah, Peacemaker.
Never seen it.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
You would like it. It's on HBO. During this NBA season, I watched season 1. I think that you will enjoy it. So I would just go Cena 1, and then Batista is like fine to me, but I don't know why.
Read the top 7. You said Hogan was 7.
So so the top 10 goes. So obviously Dave Bautista's 1. Number 2 is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Number 3 was John Cena. Number 4, Roddy Piper, and then 5, Adam Copeland. 6, Kevin Nash. Then you have Hulk Hogan at 7. Then 8 was Paul White, which is the Big Show. 9, Jesse Ventura, and then Andre the Giant rounding up top 10.
Yeah, Andre the Giant needs to be higher. Jesse the Body Ventura needs to be higher. I don't understand who made those rankings.
What's the big thing that, what's Batista? I get that is it Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Marvel universe.
Marvel.
Okay, so that's the thing
Yeah.
that made him.
He's actually good.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's,
really
just
good.
he's just not as big of a star as The Rock.
Okay.
Fast Track.
All right, well, one show that drops today is supposed to be pretty big. So Netflix is also saying that it's sports documentary. It's going to be better than The Last Dance that they put out. The Dallas Cowboys, the 90s
that comes out today?
Comes out today. America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys. And so they put out a whole little thing that says this is going to be one of the best sports docuseries you'll ever see. They expect it to have higher ratings than The Last Dance. That did come out during COVID, so little, flub numbers could say. But will you be interested in watching this? It's I've heard a bunch of stories that you're going to dive into Jerry Jones, how he kind of got the team, and then that 90s of Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, those kind of teams. Interested at all to see this, or are we not going to really dive too deep into it?
All in. I lived in Texas for 5 years. I was living there when Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys. Mike, I think it's going to be great. I can't wait to watch it.
No, there's no doubt. I heard Bill Simmons talked about this on his podcast last week as he got advanced copies of it, and I think he would have said so if not, but he said it was phenomenal.
Yeah,
and I would, for that kind of a thing, for a sports doc, Simmons is one of the people whose word I would take on this. Yeah. So I'm excited.
He created
for
30
it.
for 30.
The only thing that I'm a little bit scared about is I, of course, as a Vikings fan, recall being on the other side of the Herschel Walker deal, which in some ways set up that run.
Right.
Where they got
not
a million.
In some ways. In most ways.
In many ways.
Yeah.
Well, I've tried to soft pedal it for my own.
All right.
But yeah, so I don't really want to see that in great detail, but I feel like I'm going to, and it's going to hurt.
I'll tell you guys an amazing story that I've told a lot on the air, but not for several years. I don't even know if any of the three of you have heard it. Do you guys know who Ivan Maisel is? He was a reporter for ESPN for about 25 years. So Ivan at the time was working at the Dallas Morning News. And it starts to leak that morning. I was a reporter in Beaumont, Texas. It starts to leak that morning that the Cowboys are about to be sold from a guy named Bum Bright to Jerry Jones. And the Cowboys are the biggest thing in Texas. So my news director calls me and goes, get on a plane, go to Dallas. He goes, we'll find you a TV station. We'll find you a way to get you on the air. We just need you in Dallas. This story is going to be the biggest story of the year. So I get on a plane, I go to Dallas, and years later I meet Ivan Maisel. And his boss came into the newsroom and said, guys, this is the biggest story we will ever cover. Someone in this room, he's talking about 100 people, someone in this room needs to find Jerry Jones, find out where he is. We need to get a picture of him. We need to get a comment from him. Find him. I don't care who you have to call, what you have to do, tap every source you have. Somebody in the next 5 hours has got to find me Jerry Jones. And so Ivan starts working the phone, and it's his turn to be at the desk in case the phone rings and somebody calls. And so he's been there for 12 hours. And his girlfriend calls him and goes, you have got to get something to eat. You haven't been out. And so he goes, let me see if I can get somebody else to cover the desk for an hour. So he asked somebody, he goes, I'm just going to go to that Mexican restaurant around the corner with my girlfriend for an hour. I'll be back at 7 o'clock. But we need to answer the phones because everybody's out looking for Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones. He walks into the restaurant. His girlfriend's not there yet. He sits down at the bar, and he looks in a booth in the back, and it's Jerry Jones, Jimmy Johnson, and their wives celebrating the fact that he just bought the Cowboys. He runs over to a payphone. This was before cell phones. Runs over to the payphone, calls the desk, and says, I've got them. I've got both of them. They're in this restaurant having dinner with their wives. Send a photographer over here immediately. 10, 15 minutes later, photographer walks in. Ivan's waiting for him at the door. He goes, they're in the back booth. The photographer, who's not a sports guy, doesn't know really any better, walks up to the booth and goes, hey, guys, mind if I take your picture? And Jerry, who's a couple of margaritas in, goes, sure. And they all raise their glasses, and he takes a picture of Jerry Jones, Jimmy Johnson, and their wives in this Mexican restaurant, and that's the front page of the Dallas Morning News the next day. They scooped everybody because Ivan Mazel's girlfriend told him, you have to get something to eat. Moral of that story, don't skip dinner.
Fast track.
More of the story, listen to the girlfriend or the wife. Yep. All right, talking about dating here. So singles are swiping, we're swiping left and right on Tinder a lot, but according to a new study, more singles are ditching swiping because they have swiping fatigue, which I've never heard of that, and are trying to find love offline. They are saying that apps have led to ghosting, endless small talk, and burnout. So now people are trying to meet in hiking trails, pickleball courts, farmers markets, and coffee shop meetups. So is meeting up naturally, and I'm using quotes here, making a comeback? Because I think we all met our significant others kind of organically, right?
Yeah, I've never had to deal with the dating apps, so I'm probably not the best person to comment on this. Did you ever deal with them?
No, I met Annie in 2007. And so, or actually kind of like the 2006 changing over to 2007, that winter. So that was just before I think dating apps kind of started, and we've been together ever since.
My introduction to Tinder was at your wedding. What year was that?
Oh, man. Yeah, 2013.
September, end of August, beginning of September 2013.
Yeah. And one of my buddies was trying to get a
your
date
guy,
on
Adam?
there.
Yeah. Who's kind of your crazy friend who you went to college with?
Yeah.
Is explaining to Lisa what Tinder is.
Yeah.
So, and after a while, Lisa's fascinated by it and takes Adam's phone and goes, you don't know what you're looking for. Give me that.
Swiping
so,
for him.
So Lisa's swiping left and swiping right, trying to
love that.
Yeah.
Trying to get one of Trudell's buddies hooked up.
He is married with child.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe it worked.
Has a great wife and son.
But
so,
I'm often very thankful, Laura. That I hope that the meetup is making a comeback because I'm often very thankful that I didn't have. Brian, you didn't deal with dating apps, did you?
No, I didn't.
You met Allison outside of
college,
apps, right? Yeah. I'm glad that we've never had to do it because I don't think it's easy. A lot of my friends, I was just in Idaho with a bunch of my friends, and two of those couples met through dating sites. So they work, but not always.
I don't know, Laura. Like, I feel like there's part of it that seems like it is easy in terms of if you're willing to really be on there and put effort in and send out. But maybe what's hard is actually getting something to stick.
Well, I think it's a lot of hookup culture, too. Like, I was talking to the kids in the back because
all those guys use apps.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're all young. So I did the...
Who's on the apps back there? Parker?
Parker's
Anthony?
definitely F-boy. I don't know.
Oh, dang.
Parker calls himself that.
It's not the first time she's called him that.
Parker calls himself that.
An F-boy?
Yeah, he does.
I know all
That's
that.
a whole different thing.
What about DeAndre?
No, DeAndre's boot up.
Okay.
Hella boot up.
All right.
Yeah. So, but
I mean, I'm not saying good or bad. I just the F-boy, I didn't, the way that you said it was with some vitriol.
No. Parker literally talks about F-boy summer. Remember, John? We were talking about it.
Yeah, we wanted to try and get him on Love Island.
Oh.
It didn't work.
Yeah, see? Trudell, now you get it.
You want me to send a couple of IG DMs to get Parker on dating shows?
Oh, yes.
Let Parker love.
I'm willing to throw my social media weight behind this.
Yeah, Parker would love to be on Love Island.
Yeah.
Fast track.
So some news out of the NFL that came out today. Daniel Jones was named the starting quarterback. So Anthony Richardson is going to be the backup. And there was, some comments Richardson said after this announcement, kind of like, oh, that's what's best for the team. That's what they think, kind of a thing. But my question here is on the line of like Richardson, Trey Lance. These guys, came into the league very young, kind of moved on pretty quick. Same with Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. Teams I feel like nowadays are a lot, more eager to move on. Is that just kind of they're not giving these young quarterbacks a true chance, especially some of them that didn't play a whole lot in college? Is this something that we're going to keep seeing? Is it kind of go with like today's culture, just it's not working, move on?
Yeah. So, Brian, there once was a day where if you drafted a quarterback number one in the whole draft, he wouldn't start the next season. John Elway didn't start his first game. All right. It used to be your quarterback would sit behind a starter, and then you would develop him and play him. Mike, those days are over. There's too much money involved with first-round picks. Guys like Jaden Daniels have proven that if you can play, you can play. And I don't think I think Brian's right. I don't think these quarterbacks are given enough time. Anthony Richardson, was there for 2 years, and they're already benching him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be like, you mentioned in when you were asking that question, Brian, you mentioned Sam Darnold. Darnold reinvented his career last year. Baker Mayfield is now on his fourth team, and he's finally getting paid. I do think they give up on quarterbacks too early.
No, they do. this is, to me, football is like somewhere in the middle where like the most extreme in terms of you get a chance, you have some security, is if you're a first-round NBA draft pick. Like, you're going to play, you're going to get your whole rookie year, then they're going to play again your second year.
Right.
Like, the way that resource is, it's much different, I feel like, from an NFL spot. And then I'm thinking of the English Premier League, and you bring in some kid from the Italian league, and if he doesn't score 3 goals in his first game, the entire fan base is ready to run him out the door and sell him to some other country. That, to me, that's worse than the NFL. It also just varies to me how high you get picked. Like, if you're the number 1 overall pick, obviously you're going to get some more legs than somebody that comes in and has to make a start that's a third rounder. But it's a tough thing to square. If the player comes in and doesn't play well, you have to have a GM, an exec, a coach that have been there a while and have enough juice to say, no, we believe in him. He's getting shots 2, 3, and 4. Settle down, fan base, and it's easier to say than to do.
All right, that's it for Fast Track. When we come back, what should college football do about the playoff? Most teams, most colleges think they should expand it, but how big should they expand it to? We'll get into that. First, let me tell you about Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. Pro Baller is a clean energy drink packed with essential vitamins, nothing artificial or synthetic, no crash, no junk, NSF Sport certified. Jeff Kerr, the guy who runs Pro Baller, is a great listener, great fan of the show. Jeff comes to a lot of our events, and as he says, all you need is one of these, and it basically jumpstarts your entire day. Whether you're going to the beach, working out, playing around at golf, just need a pick-me-up, Pro Baller Energy delivers. Fuel your summer hustle. You can grab all 5 flavors now at the Pro Baller Amazon store with free shipping for Prime members. Pro Baller Energy. Champions choose clean energy.
It is Fast Track on Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, driven by Cerritos Auto Square.
And it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
More Fast Track next.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Get ready for the ultimate freestyle experience. Monster Jam Freestyle Mania, presented by Spin Master. For the first time ever, Monster Jam trucks team up with freestyle motocross bikes to deliver gravity-defying skills and thrills. See one-of-a-kind FMX bikes designed to match your favorite iconic Monster Jam trucks. Cheer on Team Gravedigger, Team El Toro logo, and more. 2 times the freestyle action, full sad family fun. Coming to Crypto.com Arena this weekend. Brought to you by BKT Tires. You have to see it live, so lock in your seats today at MonsterJam.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
It's the summer tradition fantasy football fans wait for. The ESPN LA Fantasy Football Draft Party at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Sedano and Cab live from 3 to 6 p.m. Then stick around to hang out with the crew and dive into all the fantasy football action. Whether you're drafting your team or just soaking up the atmosphere, enjoy great food, drinks, giveaways, and the chance to connect with fellow fans. Thursday, August 28th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details. Thanks to Hollywood Park Casino. Park. Party, play.
Rams fans, the 2025 Rams regular season is right around the corner. Don't miss any regular season home games this year with marquee matchups against the 49ers, Lions, Texans, Buccaneers, and more for only $97 per game. In addition, get home playoff ticket access, interest-free monthly payment plans, and stadium event pre-sale access. Visit therams.com/2025. Again, that is therams.com/2025. Secure your season tickets and see you at the Rams house.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Are you ready for amazing golf at one of the best courses in Southern California and to be part of raising money for an incredible cause? It's time for the 4th annual Give Back Golf Classic, Friday, August 29th at the stunning Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda, benefiting the Folds of Honor Foundation. Folds of Honor, they have a mission to empower deserving military families with educational support and opportunities. Register to play now at blackgoldgolf.com/FOH. Plus, there are still sponsorship opportunities to be part of this amazing event. blackgoldgolf.com/FOH.
Fast Track.
And it is Fast Track on 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland on the all-new ESPN LA app, 7:10 a.m. and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Fast Track now back in the 2 p.m. hour on Mason and Ireland, driven by Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com. Once again, back to Fast Track and back to Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, Mason and Ireland. Mike Trudell is sitting in for Mase. Matter of fact, Game of Games is Mike's game today. What's your game about?
It's about soda.
Okay.
Or pop, as we call it in the Midwest.
Okay.
And a specific kind.
All right, that's coming up in about 20 minutes.
The only thing I don't like about I like writing the game, but then I can't win my own game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a sacrifice that we make.
There you go.
Stuff.
You won yesterday.
I know.
So there you go. Okay, so last week, Mason was at USC, and he interviewed Lincoln Riley. And Riley told us he wants to keep playing Notre Dame, but only if there's a way he can get into the playoff if he loses that game. Mason and I are on opposite sides of this. I think the USC-Notre Dame rivalry should continue. I think that's why we watch college football, why we love college football. Mason says the only thing I care about as a USC fan is that they get in the playoff. And so if it's a difference between them going 10-2 and playing San Jose State instead of Notre Dame, I want San Jose State. Because if 9-3 knocks me out of the playoff, the season's a waste.
It's a very soft way to approach things.
Well, but I understand Lincoln and Mason's point that their conference schedule is so hard that why would you schedule hard non-conference opponents?
But I mean, so is any real pro. Okay, let me try to get some answers from you first.
Yeah,
and these are obvious questions, but is USC a real college football program?
One of the nationally one of the top 10 best programs ever.
Okay, so there's your answer. So play good teams,
right?
Alabama's playing good teams, right? Michigan's playing good teams,
but
Ohio State's playing good teams. But the other teams that are going to try to win a national title, and that is the goal at USC. You're actually trying to win a national title. Like, you can't just play patsies and then because you're going to play tough teams in your conference. I think you got to play good teams.
You realize everything you just said is 100% wrong based on what teams have done for the last 5 years. Most teams are not playing good non-conference opponents. They're playing cupcakes. They're trying to win their conference, and then they get in the playoffs. Now, this year's a little different. Texas and Ohio State are playing each other week one. LSU and Clemson are playing early. So I think USC has to play Notre Dame. I mean, it makes perfect sense. But I'm getting away from what I wanted to talk about.
Here, let me ask you one question while you're thinking about it, though. What's your current Lincoln Riley confidence as the guy?
I think they're going to win 10 games this year.
They've made him into the guy, but they have correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, Mason wants him fired.
They have won fewer games each year, right?
Yeah, Mason wants him fired.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying he should be fired. I'm just saying what's the level of confidence that you think that he can bring USC back to where everybody wants it to be, where it was?
I think they're going to win 9 or 10 games this year. I think they're going to finish 10-2 or 9-3. Okay. If they finish 9-3, they probably won't make the playoff. Most 3 teams, lost teams, don't make the playoffs, and that's why it would make sense for them to dump Notre Dame. But what Lincoln has suggested, and it's interesting, is look. We play in the toughest conference along with the SEC. The Big Ten has become the toughest conference in the country. So just give us more automatic bids. That way I can play Notre Dame every year. And if I still do well in conference and I finish in the top 4 in the Big Ten, and it's harder than it sounds. Like, so Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State.
Yeah, Illinois this year.
Illinois is really good.
Yeah.
Indiana's good. It's not easy to finish top 4. But this has now grown, Mike, into a much bigger discussion. Listen to Heather Dinich, who covers college football for ESPN. She says they are contemplating right now, instead of an 8-team playoff, I think it's going to 16, okay? She says the Big Ten's lobbying for up to 28 teams in the playoff. Here's Heather.
I spoke with a lot of people around college football this weekend about this, and everyone I spoke to in and out of the Big Ten stressed that this is an idea that is in its infancy. As a matter of fact, one person in the Big Ten said that their head coaches had not even been formally presented the idea yet. And the Power 4 commissioners are expected to meet in person to talk about this more in the coming weeks. And it's important to know that they've got to have buy-in from all of the commissioners because they are talking about eliminating conference championship games, which even those in the Big Ten will acknowledge is a huge obstacle, not impossible, but it is one of the biggest obstacles in terms of making this happen. And I talked to multiple CFP sources, and a lot of people, everyone pretty much, was surprised by this. And not everyone enjoyed being surprised by this. I talked to one person who said, we look like petulant children throwing spaghetti at the wall, and didn't seem to believe this was a viable option. So there's a lot of discussions that have to take place, but from the Big Ten's perspective, they think this could be a fun mini March Madness type of event with playing games that would enhance the regular season. And the Big Ten, a source told me they're willing to do whatever it takes to study it.
Okay, Mike, 28 teams in the playoff.
Why not just go to 64?
Well, because it's not basketball.
That's my point. I think all of this stuff is a joke.
So what would you, if it put you in charge of the college football playoff, what would you do?
God, it's so cynical where we've gotten to with college football right now.
Right.
The product is still good, of course, right? But
right.
It's basically just a mini professional league now. There's no conferences. There's no, it's just SEC, Big Ten. I don't know, John. If I had the solution, I would have a different job because I'd be smarter. I would pitch it somewhere and then be trying to get in on the all of the profits that seem to come through television. But I just don't understand how we've gotten to this point where I got to look at, my football team, Northwestern, is actually coming to play here in a conference game against USC.
Right.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah. They never should have broke up the Pac-12.
Now, I'm glad. Now, of course, I can't go because we're going to be in Atlanta with the Lakers that day. But this is where instead of kind of being able to, there was a style about the Pac-10 and then eventually the Pac-12. There was a way that Big Ten football was. There was a way the SEC was. And then now it's all just molding together. And who understands NAL well enough to really know, to police who's getting what in transfers and just being able to follow the players that were on your team from year to year. And so I would love to bring in a college football expert one of these times and just ask 1,000 questions because I don't have the answers. I feel like a fan in this case, which is just kind of, okay, I guess tell me when the good games are going to be on, and I'll try to find them.
So it's interesting what you said about NIL. I saw a stat the other day that 61% of college football players are in their second or more school. 61%.
61?
So that means more.
Wow, I would have guessed 20 and thought that was
high. It was 5 years ago. Now it's up to 61% of players have gone to more than one school. And some have gone to 3 or 4. I saw one kid has gone to 7. So they're just bouncing around. It's a complete mess. Somebody's got to get their hands on the wheel. I think 28 is too many, but I think here's what I would do.
Well, how would that even work? You play fewer regular season games and then just enter, and then everybody gets a tournament style shot.
Right. At the start of November, maybe even mid-October.
So do you not play your conference?
It would all have to change. You would start playing what would be, in essence, play-in games, to get into the final. What I would do is right now there's 8 teams in the playoff. Expand it to 16. SEC gets 4 automatic. Big Ten gets 4 automatic. The other 8 are at large.
So the Big 12 is...
They can get
just ACC. Just good luck.
No, if they win their conference, they're in. But also, if they're finished second in their conference and they're a good team, there's only 4 conferences anybody cares about. So give the
but how would you get the other 2 conferences to just grant the Big Ten even if they're in theory they're better? Right. Well, how would you get them to agree to that?
Well, they don't have to agree to
choice.
Yeah,
sorry, we're favoring the Big Ten and the SEC.
Yeah,
everyone else,
we're interested in having a playoff with the best schools.
So you're pissing off.
We want Alabama, LSU, Georgia, and we want Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State, and this is how we get them in.
Oh man, I don't think you could sell that.
Well, let's see.
Okay.
I mean, is the answer to go to 28?
The answer is, wasn't it pretty good how it was?
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I'm not generally like back in my day guy. Like I really am struggling to understand how college football is going. Like, I guess the play-in or the playoff last year was pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But getting to that point is just so rocky. And maybe I should just not dismiss any idea.
Yeah, I think 16 teams is the way to go. We'll see if I'm right. All right, coming up next, Bill Belichick made a decision that I've never seen a coach make before.
Talking about his dating life?
And I've been doing, well, that'll come up too,
okay.
But it's not, no, this is about the Bill Belichick Coaches Show. And I'll share it with you next.
Is he on it?
Mason in Ireland, Mike Trudell in for Mase, ESPN LA.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason in Ireland.
Listen to me. You guys don't ever listen to me. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm the minority of this group, okay? There are fewer Hebraic hermanos on planet Earth than there are Hispanic hermanos, brothers. I'm the minority. And in this studio right now, damn, man, you guys don't know what it feels like to be like what it is to be me right now.
Sedano and Cap weekdays at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mase. Get ready, LA. AARP Los Angeles and ESPN LA are teaming up to kick off the 2025 football season in a big way. We're giving 2 lucky winners a pair of tickets to the first professional football game of the season right here in LA. That's right. You and a guest could be in the stands soaking in the energy, the action, and the thrill of game day. No catch, no purchase necessary, just a chance to win an unforgettable experience thanks to AARP Los Angeles. Here's how you enter. Just head to aarp.org/Los Angeles and scroll to the news section. Again, that's aarp.org/Los Angeles. Scroll down to the news section and fill out the entry form. It's quick, it's easy, no purchase necessary, got to be 18 or older and a legal U.S. resident to enter. Void where prohibited. Promotion runs August 4th through August 22nd. For official rules and to enter, visit aarp.org/Los Angeles. Head over to the news section. This giveaway is administered by AARP.
Vista Paint is California's original paint company and has been serving pros and homeowners since 1956. Our paints are formulated for lasting performance, beautiful finishes, and made to withstand the weather. Vista Paint, locally made, expertly crafted, always reliable.
You think you know football? Then prove it in the Circa Million Pro Football Challenge, kicking off from the greatest sports destination in the world, Circa Las Vegas. A guaranteed $6 million is up for grabs with a cool mill going to the winner. Come in last and you got $100,000 coming your way. It's $1,000 per entry, max 5 entries per person. Don't forget about Circa Survivor also, with $15 million in guaranteed prizes. Enter Nevada, play from anywhere. Learn more at circasports.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I mean, would you rather have good life or sex? Good sex. Good life, good sex.
Well, I got both.
There you go. That's
good
the correct
for you,
answer.
Johnny I.
More of Mason in Ireland right now.
Another patron saint of yacht rock, Trudell, Christopher Cross. Have you even heard of Christopher Cross?
Yeah, I watched that Yacht Rock doc on HBO.
Did you watch till the very, very end?
Yes.
So you heard the Steely Dan phone call?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a highlight of it for me. I thought that doc was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I love REO Speedwagon.
Yeah,
great Toto songs.
All right, so Bill Belichick, as we all know, is going to coach the University of North Carolina this year. And he made a really interesting decision the other day that is typical Belichick. He's decided not to appear on his own coach's show, at least not after the first week. He's going to have Mike Lombardi do it instead. See, the old show used to be called the Mac Brown Show, and now they're just calling it Carolina Football, and they're going to have Mike Lombardi do it. One reason Belichick could get away with stuff like this in New England is because he always won. He could be a jerk because he won. But at North Carolina, he's predicted to be a 500 team or maybe worse. Can he get away with stuff like this, like not appearing on his own coach's show if he's not winning?
I certainly hope not. And I will be rooting against him, not just because of this, but this is a big thing. And John, I just hate this. Like, sports, you said this earlier in the show, is a collective communal experience.
Yeah.
Okay, we're supposed to be in this together. If you're a fan of a team, you're all on one side, and the person who's most on that side, or should be, is the head coach, the one who's trying to get all of the players to follow a certain plan so that they can win and they can do well for themselves and well for their school, and everybody's happy. And when you have coaches in this case, and it happens sometimes in ownership or management, who only cares about their own thing and themselves. And even if that's something that he thinks is best for the team. So instead of doing this interview, I'm going to be spending some extra time in the film room.
Okay.
So I get that argument, but you're forgetting that you are not just UNC football. You are part of a conference. You're part of the NCAA. You're part of a wider community.
Well, and piggybacking on your point, one of the reasons you're being paid so much is you're the face of the program.
Yes, and you
have to be that.
Exactly, and this is so the comp I think that will register for you, and one that I think we've agreed on over the years. I always was put off by the San Antonio Spurs.
Me too.
And just the whole, hey, we're going to do our thing. Do you want us to do interviews? Nope. You want our star players to play on national TV? Don't care. You want us to basically play
Sports
the game.
Illustrated wants to put Tim Duncan on the cover? No.
Yeah, just nothing but no's. All we care about is the Spurs culture, blah, blah. And, like, you are part of the league. This is one of the things that I love so much about the Lakers and Dr. Buss. It's like the Lakers are almost community NBA property in a way. They're willing to share so that everybody can flourish and they can rise the tide so that all of the boats can be higher. And when a team backs away from that and says, I'm too good for this, I don't want it, my guys don't have to do it, that to me is tough.
So you mentioned Jordan Hudson, Belichick's girlfriend. I saw this story this week, and I'm going to give Jordan a little friendly advice that Steve Mason once gave me, and it was very helpful. Hudson caught wind of a podcast that was ripping her. So she cold called, it was two girls. She cold called the girls repeatedly to say, what are you guys doing? Why, blah, blah. Nobody, Mike, knew about this podcast. It reminds us one time, this...
What was the Mason advice?
That's where I'm going.
We'll get to it.
There was a TV critic in San Diego that ripped me for something that was factually incorrect, and all the person had to do was call me, and I would have set him straight. But he thought I did something that actually somebody else did. He just got the names wrong. And I wrote him this scathing response, like just lit him up. And before I sent it, I said, I just want another set of eyes on this because it's so much vitriol in it. And I sent it to Mason, and Mason calls me and he goes, all right, I understand that you're mad, but why are you giving this guy the time of day? You're punching down. He said, nobody knows who this guy is. Everybody knows who you are. He said, you're making it a bigger story by engaging with him. He said, now you got this out of your system, you should just tear it up.
Yeah.
And he was right. And I didn't send it, and the story died. Doesn't Jordan Hudson know that if she cold calls people that criticize her, those people are going to go public, and then it goes viral? She's making it a bigger story by engaging, isn't she?
Well, I think so the short answer is yes, but there are some exceptions to this. So I think it's one thing to cold call. So let's say who's the person that wrote this about you? Just some random person.
Yeah,
in San Diego?
some critic in San Diego.
So if you call,
don't even remember his name.
Let's say you call the critic and you like genuinely want to know where it's coming from, and maybe you make a connection, and you don't write him an email or anything. You're just like, hey, I saw this and I was wondering where it came from, and basically you're even if it's a 2-minute conversation. Now, more likely than not, if it's a cynical person, is like, oh, John Ireland called me and here's what he said.
Right.
Or he thinks, you know what? John Ireland's actually seems like kind of a great guy. Maybe I'm not going to rip him next time. So there's that. I guess there's that potential outcome. Maybe it's less likely. I have basically turned off my reply window on Twitter, so I almost never read replies. I tweet and I see what the people that I follow put out there or retweet and whatever. And it's actually this has been a happy existence for me. But once in a while, I'll see something that it goes viral within my own sphere. And the last time I remember it happening was, I must have been around 2019, and I had said something on someone's podcast. I think it was like a high school kids podcast that I agreed to go on.
Yeah.
And I essentially said, I think that Alex Caruso is a better all-around player right now than Lou Williams. And at the time, Lou was still he was still the sixth-man scorer, higher profile. It was what I deemed to be an accurate take. I think history has sort of shown that, especially after the fact. But I want to say it was a Clipper blogger, kind of put that in put it in a graphic and like Lakers
made
homer
a big deal out of
says this. And now I could have retweeted that and said, no, idiot, here's why. Here's the argument. Here's Caruso. Look at the plus minus. Look at this. And I just kind of ignored it. And I think that probably ended up working better in the long run. But it is tough not to, when you really feel strongly about something, it is hard not to respond sometimes. And I think that you're right that if she did this and we know about it, which means you probably didn't do the right way. But if she were to call somebody, let's say you said something about her on the air, she thought it was totally baseless, and you got a phone call from her, she explained to you why, that might change your perspective since you're not an ill-meaning person. And I think that
but most people are.
Most people, well, I don't know if most people are. I don't know what the percentage is, but I think that that's the one part of it where I can understand you wanting to try and set something in your own direction to get the fairness put out there. But I kind of, the cynical part of me wants to agree with you.
All right, Brian. Breaking news: the Dodger lineup's out for tonight in Colorado.
Where's Mookie playing?
Believe it or not, shortstop.
So
Teo's in right. So here it is: Ohtani DH, Betts at short, Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, Teo in right, Paez in center, Alex Collin left, Miguel Rojas at second, Kennedy's at third, and Sheehan's pitching.
All right. I do we have time, or do we? Okay. Yeah. I think the meeting could have been everything that we thought it was.
Yeah.
It's Freeman and Roberts talking to Mookie. Hey, look, we may need to move you to right. But that doesn't mean they had to do it today against the Rockies. This may be more like, look,
when we get to San Diego.
Yeah, when we get to games that matter or in the postseason, we want to set the table now. Here, it's been a struggle for the team, but Mookie, just want to make sure if Dave decides, or I guess we say Dave, it's probably really Freeman in the supercomputer, but we decide that we need to put you in a right, just be ready for it. And maybe that was the meeting. It's not permanent. It's not every day. You still play short tomorrow, but just be ready that we might need to put you in the outfield. Are you cool with that? My guess is Mookie said, sure, coach, sure, Skip, whatever. And let's move on.
All right, Game of Games coming up next. Mike Trudell's game. Laura, who's playing?
You're going to have one of the kids in the back.
All right, that's next, ESPN LA.
No FBs.
710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Proud to announce our new multi-year agreement with the Los Angeles Rams.
Hello, this is Puka Nacua of your LA Rams. The Rams play here.
Hi, this is Devontae Adams of your LA Rams. The Rams play here.
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Rams football remains right here on ESPN LA for years to come.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of the LA Rams.
We're proud in the Southland to be your home of Rams football.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Back when I played, leg cramps were no joke. Fourth quarter, overtime, practice, even when I got home, they would hit out of nowhere. Had I known about Highland's leg cramps back in the day, I would have had a locker full of the stuff. Now I'm retired, I still get these cramps on my morning walks, hanging out with my daughter, but now I've got something that actually works. Highland's leg cramps. The tablets dissolve quickly under the tongue and don't upset my stomach. Cramps hit athletes, weekend warriors, couch coaches, all of us. Grab Highland's leg cramps and get it today at Walmart, Walgreens, or CVS.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today. Are you ready for amazing golf at one of the best courses in Southern California and to be part of raising money for an incredible cause? It's time for the 4th annual Give Back Golf Classic, Friday, August 29th at the stunning Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda, benefiting the Folds of Honor Foundation. Folds of Honor, they have a mission to empower deserving military families with educational support and opportunities. Register to play now at blackgoldgolf.com/FOH. Plus, there are still sponsorship opportunities to be part of this amazing event. blackgoldgolf.com/FOH.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Mike Trudell filling in for him, and it's Mike's game. It is a 4-person game. Brian Cohen, Laura Romo, me, and Reese Andrews from our social media team. Reese, how you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling
ready. The kids in the back are in it this month.
Yeah.
And you count for the kids in the back, so you got to represent today.
Well, Reese is always representing his Arizona paraphernalia. That's one thing that I've learned about him.
Well, it's...
which I respect. He's from Arizona.
Yeah, it's better than being from San Francisco.
Well, that's true.
Slightly. Cheating, bike-stealing giants. All right, Mike, what's the game?
Well, John, this is the third game that I've done. All right, and I try to do a game that is one of my passions, which seems selfish, but I'm trying to make sure that we're getting these takes out there. So I did 90s hip hop for one. I did the English Premier League for another.
Yeah.
And this one is all about Mountain Dew.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, it's one of your favorites, and you have a visual aid right there. You have a Mountain Dew right in front of you.
Fresh shit.
Do you have a Mountain Dew every day?
I try not to have one every day.
Okay.
Honestly, I used to. I try to do like 3 or 4 a week. And I just it's the sugar. Just love the taste. All right. Anyway, number 1. Are you ready, Reese?
Yes, I am.
I'd like you to represent the kids in the back. All right. Okay. In what state was the original formula of Mountain Dew invented? A, Kentucky. B, Tennessee. C, Minnesota.
Brian.
Minnesota.
Laura.
Minnesota.
Is it a trick? Did you put Minnesota in there because you're from Minnesota? I'll say Minnesota. Reese?
I'm pretty sure it's Minnesota.
You are all wrong. I did put it in there just because you thought that I was being a homer for it.
Was it Kentucky?
It was Tennessee?
It is Tennessee.
Yeah, that was my
It is
second
from Tennessee.
guess. All right.
Okay. Which one of these is not a flavor of Mountain Dew? A, Code Red. B, Voltage. C, Live Stream.
Laura.
Live stream?
I agree with Laura. I think it's live stream. Reese.
I'm going to also say live stream.
Brian.
With the crowd, live stream.
Yeah, that's correct. It's Live Wire, but I thought maybe one of you.
Well, the red one is like everywhere. and
Everyone
then-
knows Code Red.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought maybe someone would say Voltage. All right. Number 3. What was the first variant of Mountain Dew? Was it A, Citrus Blast, B, Baja Blast, or C, Mountain Dew Red?
I'm going to go Citrus Blast. Reese.
I'm going to go red.
Brian.
Also going to go red.
Laura.
Also red.
The Reds have it.
Oh, I missed one. Okay.
It kind of turned into Code Red eventually, but it started as red.
All right. Everybody's got 2 except me. I got 1.
All right. What percent of the carbonated soft drink market does Mountain Dew capture? A, 6.6%. B, 2.3%. Or C, 11.4%.
Reese.
I'm going to go 6.
Brian.
11.
Laura.
2.
I'm with Reese. I think it's 6.
And you were correct.
Okay, Reese and I got it.
It is 6.
That means Reese has the lead. He has 3. Everybody else has 2.
That's right.
Here we go.
Look at these kids drinking Mountain Dew out there. Just make sure you're going to the dentist, all right? You can increase cavity use. According to World Population Review, this state has the highest percentage of people who consume soda daily. Is it A, Alaska, B, Arkansas, or C, Hawaii?
This one's Brian.
Arkansas.
Laura.
I'll go Hawaii.
What was the first one?
Alaska.
Man, I've been to Arkansas a lot. There's a lot of Mountain Dew drinkers. I'm going Arkansas. Reese?
I'm also going to go Arkansas.
Brian takes it. It is Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
Wait, I took it.
Laura took it. Laura
No,
took
don't
it.
take my point.
My bad,
All
Laura.
right, so Laura and Reese are tied for the lead with 3. Brian and I each have 2. How many questions are there?
There are 10 questions
All right,
and a tiebreaker.
and this is number what?
This will be number 6.
Okay.
All
Here
right.
we go.
By the way, Alaska was last. So interesting. The islands. You had one
That's
island
cool.
the most and one island the lowest. All right. What is the official color of Mountain Dew?
Oh, Lord.
And I'm holding the bottle right here.
Okay.
Is it green, chartreuse, or citrus? Green, chartreuse, or citrus?
Laura.
Chartreuse.
I'm going to go citrus. Reese.
I'm also going to go citrus.
Brian.
Green.
Laura takes it. It is chartreuse.
Come on, that's like
Which
he
is
gave it to you guys there.
chartreuse is green yellow.
Yes.
Okay, I did not know that until I
didn't
looked this
either.
up. And my wife told me when I asked her this that citrus is actually not a color.
Not.
Is that
Yeah,
true?
No, she's right.
Okay, so
It's
you
a
got-
flavor.
Yes, it's more of a
And
flavor.
so I'm even more
But I
of an
can see
idiot
it.
than I thought.
Well, I mean, there's all those colors that, like, make no
Nah,
sense.
that's what I was saying.
So,
We
like,
know what
No,
you
no,
mean
no,
if
no,
you say
no,
citrus.
no.
No?
Citrus is a
cornflower
flavor.
blue.
Whatever Laura
All right,
takes it, though.
so is this question 7 or 8?
This is 7.
All right, Laura has 4. Reese has 3. Brian and John have 2 each. All right, here we go.
Brian and John, you're selling this, my
Hey,
kids
we're not
would
out
say.
of it yet.
All right. What expired Coca-Cola soft drink was created to compete with Mountain Dew in the 1990s? A. Sundrop. B. Surge. Or C. Mellow Yellow.
Laura.
Third.
Reese.
I'm also going to go Surge.
I need to pick up a point. I'm going Mellow Yellow. Brian.
Yep, Mellow Yellow.
It is Surge.
Oh, no.
So here's the thing. Mellow Yellow was invented in part, or created in part to compete with Mountain Dew, but it is not expired, right? I said expired Coca-Cola drink, so you can still get Mellow Yellow in lots of places. You cannot get Surge anymore. They stopped making it.
Okay, so are there 2 questions left now?
3 left. All
Okay,
right.
so everybody's in it, but we all have to go opposite of Laura except you, Reese.
You guys are in
Brian, you and
trouble.
I have to go opposite of Laura.
All right.
Here we go.
Mountain Dew is the most popular soda in 16 states. Also where many of the smartest people in the country live. Which group of 3 states are not among them? All right, so I'm going to give you 3 states, or I'm going to give you 9. You're going to tell me which 3 are not Mountain Dew drinking states relative to other products. Okay. Is it A, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Iowa? B, New York, Montana, and Virginia? Or C, Oregon, Vermont, and South Dakota?
Laura.
I'll go the one that has New York.
Okay.
You're going, is that B?
Yep.
It's B.
All right, Reese.
I'm going to go A.
Okay, that was Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Iowa.
That means, Brian, you and I have to go to the one they didn't pick, which
And,
is C,
Oregon?
right?
Oregon.
Yeah. All right, so Brian and I both go C.
Okay. The answer is New York, Montana, and Virginia. So Mountain Dew is especially big in the Midwest. Almost all of the Midwest states are Mountain Dew. A lot of the South is Coca-Cola, and California is actually Coca-Cola.
All right, so Brian and I are out, and Laura, there's 2 questions left, right?
2 left.
All right, Reese, Laura has 6 and you have 4. So you have to go opposite of Laura. I'll make her go first. Okay, here we go.
All right, Laura. Mountain Dew is Scots-Irish slang for what?
Oh, great.
Moonshine, vodka, or bourbon?
Okay, hold on. So vodka.
Moonshine or bourbon?
Oh my God. I'll go moonshine. I have no idea.
All right, Reese, you have to go vodka or bourbon.
I wanted to go moonshine, but I will go with bourbon.
Yeah, Reese got backed into one. He knew it was moonshine, but he had to go opposite. So Laura just crushing
Laura
it.
is the winner.
I don't even drink soda anymore.
Well, maybe you should start. Mountain Dew
I
clearly
can't.
agrees with you.
No.
Oh, that's right. Okay, last one. There's number 10. Which one of these is not an ingredient in Mountain Dew? I
Okay,
just want to see if
Brian, we're
anybody gets
back
this.
in now.
Okay, sodium benzoate, cassava root, or erythorbic acid?
I'm going cassava root. Reese?
C, erythorbic acid.
The one, the acid.
Yeah.
Brian?
Erythorbic acid.
The root. The root.
Give me the acid.
It is the root. So Ireland, that was worth 5.
No.
Just kidding.
Did you do
Just
a
kidding.
tiebreaker?
I did do a tiebreaker.
All right, let's do it for
All
fun.
right. When was the original formula of Mountain Dew invented? So what year? Who can get closest to the year? I'm just going to take a sip here.
All right. Reese, what do you think?
I'll say 76.
76. I said 69. Laura?
53.
53. Brian?
84.
Man, Laura just knows her soda. All right, it's 1940.
Wow.
Really?
It's been
Yeah.
around since 1940?
That's when the formula was created. I think it took some years after that to get to popularize, like in the late 40s. But yeah, World War
I
II.
initially wanted to say 1943, and I was like, that has to be wrong. So I went 53, and I still got it.
No, I mean, so John, who's the main scientist credited with the atomic bomb?
Oppenheimer.
Okay, so Oppenheimer actually, before he developed the technology for atomic bomb, was working on the Mountain Dew formula. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be a serious piece of trivia.
It took a genius, okay, to come up with this mix. Reese, thanks for playing.
Okay, so Laura, what's the standings now?
All right. So Brian and I are tied with 3. Then kids in the back, Ireland, you guys are tied with 2. DeAndre, Mason, and Trudell have 1.
Okay, so it's anybody's ball game, and it's the 19th. So we got plenty of time to make some stuff up. Coming up next, Super Crosstalk. We'll get Sedano and Cap in here, ESPN LA.
You think you know football? Then prove it in the Circa Million Pro Football Challenge, kicking off from the greatest sports destination in the world, Circa Las Vegas. A guaranteed $6 million is up for grabs with a cool mill going to the winner. Come in last and you got $100,000 coming your way. It's $1,000 per entry, max 5 entries per person. Don't forget about Circa Survivor also, with $15 million in guaranteed prizes. Enter Nevada, play from anywhere. Learn more at circasports.com.
Looking for an easy way to save energy and earn money? With Clean Power Alliance's Power Response Home program, you can do both. Simply reduce your electricity use with small actions, such as unplugging appliances or air drying laundry during times of high energy demand. You could earn $20 just for signing up. Power Response. Great for your wallet and for the planet. Get paid to power down today at cleanpoweralliance.org/home.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking. Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going and going and going.
Yes! Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Dealing with slow drains, dips in water pressure? Trust the experts at NextGen, the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Their expert technicians fix even the toughest of jobs. Get your stubborn drains working again with expert drain clearing for just $88. Plus, enjoy peace of mind with their 30-day guarantee. Call NextGen now at 833-3NEXTGen or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com to book online. CSLB number 1011173, 30-day guarantee and $88 drain clearing requires accessible clean-out and camera inspection.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Calf to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Whoa,
Okay,
Cap.
there you go.
Okay, because we have a major announcement coming up at 5 o'clock today, right smack in the middle of Sedano and Cap.
Cappy still doesn't know because he's a Yenta.
Yeah, it's ridiculous that no one's telling me this story.
I know, but I'm afraid to even tease what I know because I'm the type of guy who will spill the beans.
That's why they won't tell me.
Yeah, so you and I are kindred spirits in this.
I'll tell you.
Oh, you will?
One of these two told me like 2 months ago.
One of these two.
Yeah.
One of these two told you 2
we
months
were,
ago.
We were told
because here's the thing.
Not to tell you.
Right, because I'll tell you, I told him because I trust him.
I never would have said this.
I trust him. He's not a Yenta. You could tell Mike, this has to be lock and key. You can't say anything. He will go to the grave with it.
That's true.
You will literally tell the next person.
So therefore, just based on what you just said, you are a Yenta.
No.
What do you mean, no?
He asked me, it was a specific question that he asked me, and I said, well, there's a situation.
Well, because you're the, what does Morales call him now?
The Black Hand.
Okay.
He asked me a specific situation, so I said to him, well, look, that could potentially change, but just to give you a little insight, this is what the change is going to be, because I know you won't say anything.
Cabby, would you? So let's say in the search that you have the information.
Okay.
Would you tell someone else because you let's say Sedano told you, hey, don't tell Trudell. Would you tell me because you forgot that he told you not to tell, or you'd be so excited to tell me? Why would you spill?
No, I think it's more the first part. I would forget.
You would forget.
And then he would say to me, I told you specifically don't say anything. I'd be like, I forgot. Sorry, man. Forgot.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So that's your excuse is just that.
I mean, you played special teams. You get hit in the head that many times?
Not that many times at all.
Jeez.
But it was a lot of weed.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
The weed has the same impact.
It just took a certain part of your brain.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that explains a lot. All right, so while we were on the air, Luka Doncic played for Slovenia.
How'd he do?
Today?
Yeah.
You crushed. Yeah.
28 points in 28 minutes.
Okay.
10 assists, 6 rebounds.
Wait, hold on. My question is this.
he walk off the court healthy? Everything good?
He did.
That's all I care about.
This guy yesterday, I mean, he wanted Luka literally to be like put in bubble wrap on a private jet back to LA.
Same with Travis and DeMarco.
Yeah, me too.
Not me.
Yeah, not me either. I think you cannot tell a guy he can't play for his country.
No, I don't think you can tell him that, but I think it's good that he.
Get in there. Well, that's an extra nudge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh,
He's
my
getting deep
God.
there.
Oh,
Wow. That's a deep nudge.
Wow, that's a lot
Thanks,
of nose to forehead
Yeah.
touching right there.
It's much better than being my freaking sandwich.
Okay. Weigh in on the debate of the day.
That was worse.
Sedano and Cap.
Bergman?
All right. Bergman versus me. So here's what Bergman did, and then I'll tell you what I did. Bergman came in here yesterday. Trudell had a Jersey Mike sandwich, and Greg put his nose
Oh, we saw it.
right up against the sandwich.
I
He
know
claims he did not make contact with it, but he was within
We
millimeters.
called him on the phone.
What did you uncover when you called him? Because he didn't.
Look how close he is. He's actually touching the wrapper.
That's a great picture.
Yeah, we freeze framed it. But the thing is this.
right,
I said to Bergman, I go, Bergman, so you could smell the sandwich because a sandwich like that in this room, you'll smell it.
Yeah, but
He's
it's not even like pizza. Like what do you need to smell in a sandwich?
But here's the thing:
olive oil.
If you already smelled it from a foot away, why did you have to get a millimeter away?
What's in it for you? I don't get it.
Cap, here's what I did, and I want you to tell me what was more egregious in your opinion. We had there was like Islands or somebody was here.
Oh.
And they set up a giant tray of tortilla chips.
He's a big burger right
and
now.
as you guys know, because you're on the air, I had like 1 minute to make a plate. I went back there. Somebody else had the tongs, so I just reached in, grabbed the chips, and threw them on my plate. And Laura and Mason and everybody killed me. They say, you can't stick your hands in the chips. Those are for the whole office. Is that a bigger offense than what Bergman did?
Well, you did touch the chips.
Correct.
Oh, well, hold, can I stipulate one thing, though, John? You only touched the chips that you put
took
on your plate.
And that's the
you
point.
You weren't rummaging through it.
Right. By the way, if we're at a restaurant, you'd be doing the same thing. We'd all be grabbing from the chips.
Or if we were at a Super Bowl party, I would be doing the same thing.
There's a chance that an odd chip slipped out of your finger, so maybe one got. But for the most part, you only touched what you took.
All right, so Cappy, what do you find more offensive? The John Ireland reach of the chips or the Greg Bergman nose to the sandwich?
It isn't even close.
Yeah, I'd say nose to the sandwich.
No question.
Here, let me just say one thing.
Because one of these things is necessary, and the other one is completely not.
Well, and
what
by
are you
the way,
doing?
what if like one of his nose hairs fell into your sandwich or something?
And instead, I gotta get through 3 freaking hours with John, who I love as my great friend. But 3 hours is a long time without any food because I can't trust Bergman coming in here to lick it.
And I asked him yesterday. I said, "Did you exhale when you were down close?"
Now we asked him. We said, famously, Bill Clinton said he did not inhale. Did you exhale?
Right.
And he, like Bill Clinton, but the opposite, said he did not exhale.
Yeah.
Liar.
I agree. I think that getting your nose that close to somebody else's food is ridiculous.
Thank you.
I think that grabbing. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that grabbing the chips and taking the chips doesn't mean that you touched lots of other chips.
I agree.
Yeah, you're just
you didn't
touching
double
the chips.
dip.
Right.
Exactly.
At a party, at a restaurant, we'd all be grabbing from the basket.
You would have thought I punched an old woman in the face.
Oh, my God. Did you do that?
Mace.
Yeah.
Mace is an overreactor.
John, it's just because
Yeah.
you're just such a great person, John, that Macy's got to try to find something
Well,
to
he-
dig at,
no,
John.
he-
so even he's got something as simple as that.
Mason used to eat, T-bone steaks in his bed. That's gross.
Every night. He ate dinner there
is
every
gross.
night.
What kind of guy are you when it comes to like keeping your hands clean? Are you obsessed with keeping your hands clean?
I'm
Me too.
Well, not to Michael's level.
No, but I probably wash my hands 5-6 times a day.
Okay, but
Easily.
previous to going to grab those chips, did you use any Purell or any kind of antibacterial?
I wash my hands in the sink back there.
Yeah.
Prior to
With
grabbing?
soap. Yeah.
Oh,
Then you're totally fine.
Oh my God, that's an important
And
detail you left out.
we're still beating up poor John about this.
Nah, you're fine.
No.
You're good
here.
But the nose thing, Bergman's got a cultural blind spot.
I heard you say that earlier.
Yeah, he
cultural. It's a cultural issue.
Well, here, let me ask you guys a question. What do you think?
cultural.
Do you think that in the how much of the sandwich could Bergman have eaten? Since that's what he wanted to do in the time in which the ball was in the air for Teoscar Hernandez. Before,
Oh, my God.
Do you think, to get to it.
Well,
do
did
think,
you hear they had a closed-door meeting last night? We all thought Mookie was going to be in right tonight, and they just put the lineup out. He's back at short,
I
and
know.
Teo's in right.
I assumed the same thing you did, which was Mookie going to them and saying, "Okay, guys, look, it's been a fun experiment, but we need me in right. I make that play 10 out of 10
You think it'd
times."
be the other way around? Thought like Freeman and Roberts been like, look, Mookie, we get that you love short,
But
but
Trudell
like,
had an
I
interesting
would
thought
think
on
it's that.
I thought it was
Trudell
Mookie
had an
going to them.
interesting thought on this. He said, because they got so many guys hurt. Edmonds hurt. Hae-Sung Kim's hurt.
Max
Muncy's
Muncy's out.
hurt.
Yep.
that they may have said to Mookie, look, we can't do it in Colorado because we don't have enough bodies. But when we get to San Diego this weekend, we're moving you back to right. Do you think that could have been it?
I don't think so, because I still think they can move Mookie to right, put Rojas at short.
Rojas is playing second tonight.
Put Teoscar in left and get Conforto out of the lineup.
Right.
I mean, they could have done that.
But in that scenario, I mean, they're playing guys that they just brought up yesterday playing third.
Yeah.
You know, it's just they're severely shorthanded because of injuries.
But I will just say Teoscar, to me, like, I look at him and I see like big home run hitter. I don't see like fleet-footed,
agile.
Right. Go make a great
he's
catch.
had 2 plays over the last 2 games that it's clear he can't run.
Yeah.
The first one was he lollygagged a blooper that
was against San Diego on Sunday.
Yeah, that could have cost. It turns out it didn't. Mookie saved him, and then last night he catches that ball if he's healthy.
Yeah, well, and there was actually another play earlier in the game where it was another one where he could have made the catch, and he was coming in on it and he didn't make it. So he's just out there. He's a body out there. But Mookie Betts, if he plays right field, there's an argument to be made that he's number 1 or number 2 in all of Major League Baseball in right field.
He's won 6 Gold Gloves in the last 7 years.
It makes no sense that he's not out in right field.
Well, we were listening to some old songs today, right?
And a lot of yacht rock.
Rejoins. Well, and it just made me think. You know that song, like, if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a pretty woman your wife, right? But in the upside is, but she sure can't cook.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, Teoscar, like, he can hit though.
Yeah,
you know?
He can hit.
So like, yes, I get it. He's not great out there, but the only downside I would think, if you put, say, especially Rojas, if he's in short and then Mookie's out there, so then then he's in the lineup.
Yeah,
and so.
All right, Sedano, since you know what the big announcement is at 5 o'clock,
how
do you think it'll be received?
Everyone always hates everything.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Well, that's just it.
Well, Cabby thinks Keyshawn's replacing.
I believe that they're going to fire me today.
I asked Chris point blank about that, and he refused to answer.
Right. I believe that they may
stay. That's funny.
Chris is the kind of heartless, gutless scumbag.
Well,
all right.
Then why are you letting him in your mouth like that shirt over there?
Why is that?
Well, if you're such a gutless scumbag, then why are you making out with him?
I wasn't making out with him.
You shared a cupcake.
The man was eating a cupcake out of my mouth. That's very different than making out.
It?
It is very different.
You got any more of those cupcakes?
I would say nudging is closer to making out.
Hand under the chin.
Oh, he did. He had the hand under the chin.
Yeah,
which was,
gently.
But I would just say that what worries me about today's announcement is I see Chris flirting with Keyshawn.
All the time.
I see pictures of Chris
recent
and
dinners.
Keyshawn, right?
Yeah.
In fact,
that's his boy.
In fact, Chris even paid for the last dinner that they were together, other than the drink.
He paid?
Yeah,
you paid?
Yeah, because
that guy's making millions to not work. What are we
like
talking about?
100 million more than you.
Right.
You got suckered.
And so that makes me think that he's going to fire me. He's going to hire Keyshawn. And rather than just call me and go, hey, listen, don't drive up today.
Yeah.
The bad news is this. The good news is, hey, you still got all these months on your contract, so we're going to pay you out, but you're fired because we're putting in Keyshawn. And in the meantime, and now Trudell is bringing Keyshawn even closer to me.
Yeah.
He's
nudging you.
Hi, Key. Maybe Key and I should eat a cupcake together. Hi, Key. Hello. How are you, Key?
Yeah, I think I'd be very surprised.
Well, Sedano told me yesterday he had my back, and he was not going to let them fire me.
I won't let them fire you, Cappy.
All right, we'll see.
Doesn't mean they won't move me to the night shift.
Did you realize how much power? How does Sedano get all this power?
He's the Black Hand.
Did Michael send you guys the picture of the statue he wants?
Yes.
I said to him, this is what I wrote back to him, because I didn't see it last night because I fell asleep early.
Now, are you talking about the one where he's sitting on the bench or where he's posing with the muscle?
No, it's the one where it's sitting on a bench and somebody put like a 43 Laker jacket on.
Right.
And I said, that looks like Dwight Gooden. That doesn't look like you at all. Like, what are you talking about?
Mark Shaw, who produces the Laker games on TV, had a great line there. He said, it's very appropriate that statue is sitting on the bench.
Oh, that's lame.
Big announcement
That's
coming.
weak.